What is going on, everybody? Anthony Six Kill Mafia here, episode 27? Episode 27. 27, man. What is going on? Saturday night. I got a little bit of a small panel tonight, but hey, man, we pack a punch. So,
yes.
El Professoro, man, Mario, what's good, dude?
What's happening, brother? Just here on a Saturday night, ready to talk some whatever we're finna talk about. And you know, look, I'm just happy to be here with my homies, all right, and everybody out in the chat. So let's go. Let's have this conversation, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And brother Cousins, Jay,
hey.
What's up, dude?
What's up? It's Saturday Night Live. Let's do it. Absolutely. Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, of course, man. As you guys have probably noticed by the thumbnail, this overload of pre-orders is what's going on right now. So I guess we can get. Should we just jump right into
delays.
Should we jump right into it? Well, I'll say what's up to everybody in the chat real quick too. We got Jason 𝐿 up in here, Carlito, Lane Kramer, Collector number 1, Maniac UK. What is going on? Primetime Reviews, FigFate, Bob Dylan, Valiant Archer. What is up? Who else we got up in here? H Green. What's going on, man? Hardcore Candy, Christians. Detour Collections, what is up, my friend Ashley Chase, Blackbird Tech, Soul Nightmare, Fobs Figures, Fabio, what's up, dude? And Eric's right now. So hey, right on, man, right on, dude. Crazy stuff, man. So you know, as you know, I did a stream on Thursday because you know, Jay, you went to go see that one Strange movie, right?
That's right.
That's right. So, baby. And that was fun. You know, Fabio right here. Dante, man, Collectibles, right? We had Graham, Jedi Knights Watch. It was awesome. So I'm not gonna try to talk about everything that we've all been talking about all week, which obviously is the episode 2 announcements, Attack of the Clone Figures. So they are a little relevant to this, but not really. I think we've all discussed it and had videos on it. And yes, these are all pretty damn awesome. But the main concern, right? The main concern, is all of these pre-orders. Like we already knew that we were going to be, you know, that we were like really behind on pre-orders. We already knew that. That's a, you know, given. But it started to kind of feel like they were, I don't know, I feel like they were kind of making some headway, right? Like, but they showed off that that upcoming releases photo, right, with the dozen figures. Mm-hmm. And so far they've been like banging those out pretty quick, right? I mean, we got the Tumbler, they gave us the Miles. What the hell else was on there they gave us? They've been banging them out.
Anakin Stab, Moff Gideon, the
next
Jango,
Moff, right?
Jango Fett's coming up next too, man. So
yeah,
bro. So they've been pumping them out. We are getting them. I'm
a little worried. You know, because that was my whole point, right? Like, so those are coming, and then so that release panel's been coming out, you know, on a steady pace. But then, like, they drop all this, right?
Yeah.
And this is it. Like, I mean, Luke was right at the tip end of April, so I'm still gonna count him as these 6. And then again, as you mentioned, Mario, you know, we're gonna have. I mean, dude, Jango and Moff Gideon around the corner, like tomorrow or the next. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at, you know, they started to make a little bit of a dent, right, in the pre-order world, and then they dropped these, and they're not even done, right? Like they showed that they're not even done with the anniversary.
It's more coming.
We still got till the end of the month to see whether or not they're going to show these plus anything that's new. Right. And if they show anything that's new, are they actually going to come out with the pre-orders after these reveals? How soon will the pre-orders be? Because let's face it, when it comes to cons, a lot of times they just end up in a figure graveyard for a long time.
Exactly.
Rarely do we see anything revealed at a con show up to pre-order status like within the next few days. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's been the pattern when it comes with some of these Star Wars figures, bro.
Well, you know, it's interesting though, right? Because I thought about that the other day, and I thought, you know, at this point, is the graveyard one? Is it fair game now, right? Because they pulled out Bespin Luke.
Yeah, I mean Bespin Luke. I mean C-3PO. They ran. I mean, yeah. I mean, I had to really sit back and, you know, thanks to Denobi's video, look back at this C-3PO. The one that we're looking at, that was actually shown at a con some years ago. I didn't even realize that.
Mhm.
These were too.
Mhm.
And all the stuff
Mhm.
that was in the graveyard, they're slowly pulling out of the vault. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time. But I think with it being the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, they're really going to go deep on this line. So anything, so if we're, I mean, we're all been guesstimating all week. We all been saying Padme. They gave us the sneak peek of course, the bad
Mace
Emma Eva,
Windu, man.
Mace Windu.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
you know, if anything, I mean, I think it's fair to say that probably around Celebration we'll be seeing those, and I really think because of that 20th anniversary, they'll be putting up those pre-orders pretty soon. Yeah, and maybe a re-release of Dooku and all that to come with it. So I think it's a good chance.
Ooh,
Please,
you know,
no, too soon for Dooku, bro.
too soon for
Too soon.
Dooku, right? You know, it's interesting. This is totally segueing off a little bit, but you notice, I mentioned this before, that they really had to make it apparent in parentheses that this is a Geonosis battle droid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
You know what they're
obviously,
gonna do.
we're gonna get like the Naboo stuff where they're just all
Mhm.
tan, just a
Yeah.
regular. You know what
They
I'm saying?
can-
That's
They
right.
can dive into all the commanders. They can dive into the Clone Wars and give you even that much more. They can give you something that's been crazy battle damage. There's all kinds of possibilities they could do with these battle droids, and you know what? That's freaking scary. You know, I mean, granted that a lot of or some collectors are out there building up their clone trooper army. Sure enough, they're going to build up battle droid variants as well. I mean, there were in the Clone Wars, these were known as the clankers, along with the super battle droids as well. So I'm looking forward to see some kick-ass dioramas out there for those of you that will collect armies. Me personally, I just need one. I'm good. And if there's a variant, I'll definitely pick it up. But I'm not one to necessarily army build per se, unless there's like a different display option. However, these are it's definitely exciting to see what collectors are going to do with their collections, man.
This is a different situation, right? Right, because okay, let me get this damn 3PO.
Hold on. Go
off
back
screen.
to the sideshow page real quick.
Okay.
Are they advertising the battle droid with the 3PO head? I mean, straight up.
Yeah,
It says battle droid Geonosis,
I know,
and it's
yeah.
got 3PO's head on there instead of the
Yep.
battle droid. That's awesome.
I know.
That is-
Front page is 3PO,
That's
and
funny.
you're like, dude,
Gonna
okay.
say, guys, are we happy with this price? 190? Do we think
Well,
it's too much or too little? Or
I
I
w-
mean, what's
yeah,
too much?
That is something I wanted to talk about too, man, because it's not bad in Hong Kong, but it's the markup, the 30% markup in the States through Sideshow that's getting us. So it's like this weird situation,
Exactly.
right? Where you're kind of like, well, I don't actually feel like 190 is worth it to me personally, because I think it's for sale for like 140 or 150 or something.
Yeah.
But then the markup, right? So then you're like, ah, shit, 190 plus tax plus shipping. I'm paying, 2019, 2020 Hot Toys prices.
Yeah.
So, and that's difficult if, as Mario mentioned, because, these guys are just basic, grunts. I mean, you could really,
Mm-hmm.
you could get in trouble. It's going to, in other words, it's going to dissuade me from buying multiples of these for that price. I might as well spend the extra $20 and get troopers.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about it, because I was thinking with this, I mean, it's kind of hard. The days of seeing Hot Toys under $200 is crazy. And I mean, and this is under $200, but we all know,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, with that markup and shipping, you're looking everything about 220 right here for this. And it makes it hard to army. This is something that you definitely want to army build. I understand it through the R2 head sculpt in it and make you to try to make up the cost to make it worth your while a bit, but
Sure.
I'd rather them cut the price on this maybe $10. Even $10, I would have been happy. If this was 180, I'd be like, okay, I can about $200 with shipping and everything. Okay. But yeah, I don't think it's worth, I still don't think it's worth 190. With that being said, am I going to get it? Yes, but I'll be getting one. I can't army build with it.
Yeah.
Well, Jay, there are places where you can get it for this price, shipped. My young
Really?
Padawan. Absolutely. So
That may
if you
not
want,
be
hell,
bad.
it may not. Yeah, you factor that $10 off, could be even cheaper. Minus tax and shipping, bro.
That is very true.
There are places out there. I do not wish to disclose these places,
right?
But they are out there.
But
they are out there.
Very true.
It's just, it seems like a lot. It seems like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
it definitely is. But the thing is, I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been $250. We're seeing. Look at what we're getting for $285 or for $280. You're getting a bare bones figures with hands, which is standard on everything. And again, I'm gonna talk about Gargamel again with the braces and everything else from the Eternals. With all they show was just the braces and the boots. It's you already had it loaded for me, my guy. and already look at.
There you go.
Look at what they're advertising. You're getting a set of hands, which is standard with every figure, and the gauntlets. And okay, I mean that's part of his person.
When they show the outfit, it just kills me. It's like, come on, like look how pretty it is. Look at the outfit. Like, no, that's not an accessory.
right, man.
I mean, granted, this is like a lifelike head sculpt. So I'm sure there's
phenomenal.
The extra licensing that goes into the portrait here. That's not translated into Battle Droid, but even still. For $285, we've seen other figures that come with much more than what we're getting from Gargamel.
Yeah. Right? Oh yeah, even under the Marvel department. I mean, I made videos on that. I mean, he's $270. If we backtrack just slightly,
or think about Hellboy. Wasn't that figure like $280?
I think so. But I mean, you have Sylvie here. That's $270. Arguably a much better deal. When you're looking at dollar signs, right? That's because you kind of have to sometimes, right? I mean, not everybody's made of money. So for the same exact price, assuming you're both into these, right?
Oh yeah.
Then I would say this is the better deal.
Absolutely.
If I had to choose, and that's ultimately what happens with us as collectors, I think, right? We're faced with choices every day. Especially now. Whether you're Star Wars or Marvel, I mean, there's too much stuff, and my problem that I'm facing is, Jesus. I mean, you can look like I still don't have the artillery stormtrooper. Okay, now this is a me problem. This may not be an everybody problem, but I buy multiples of troopers, so I would probably get maybe 2 artillery troopers. Mm-hmm. I would like a minimum of 4 of the Stormtrooper Commander. Minimum. Wow. So I'm already locked into 4. That's just how I want to roll them. They're so versatile. I can put them, you know what I mean? So 4 I think would be great. Now, keep in mind, none of these I've picked up yet, and they're out. And then, of course, the Assault Tank Commander, I wanted to get at least 2 of those. And then I would probably get maybe 1 Transport Trooper. Maybe 2, but definitely the 1. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already like, well, now I'm behind, right? Because if we go back chronologically, right? Got the Raiders, got a couple Death Watch, got a couple Coruscant Guards. I only have 1 501st, and I was thinking about picking up 2 more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
now, Anthony, let me ask you, do you find yourself being more selective when it comes to Star Wars figures? I know you're kind of back on Marvel and everything. Is that just to make room for all the Star Wars figures that are coming out? Because there's, like we're all saying, there's a lot coming out. Yeah, I mean, some of us can try to go after everything, but I mean, probably a lot of us will not. So I'm curious, considering how many troops that you're collecting at a time, do you plan to get everything, or are you being more selective, or what's going on? What's going on with your collecting, bro?
I am much more selective. I still love Marvel. I'll always love Marvel. Growing up, reading comics for 35, 40 years, like I love Marvel, and obviously all the movies. I love watching them, but I don't get that kind of, when I look at this, nothing. Okay, that gets me. Armorized Deadpool. But as I'm scrolling, I do like it. But nothing here is like, oh God, I got to get this. None of this. Yeah. I couldn't care less about any of it. Now it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Sure. But when I see a Star Wars announcement, I'm like,
it hits you different.
It hits me, bro.
Yeah.
It hits me. So, you know, and then the second part of that is my space, you know, because I have everything X06 and I will have everything X06, everything Star Trek related. So that has its own area, right? So this whole area for the most part is Star Wars. And that's going to slowly probably go into either another room or this part of the wall here or what, you know what I mean? We make adjustments, but I physically don't have space for everything. Right.
Yeah.
And money's that's the other factor that you can look into. You can go, you know what? Maybe I just want Star Wars. Right. So now that I have Star Wars, this is a perfect example, and I'll get to you guys here in just a second. But the perfect example of that is, okay, so let's break this down and say, okay, here's some recent releases, right? Okay, Moon Knight looks cool. People into Marvel gonna buy it. I'm not. Right. There's $300 I saved. Kate Bishop, same story, looks cool. Another $300 I saved. Another $300 for Electro, right? Because I was picking all those up. Well, now I'm like, all right, well, there's $1,000 right here.
Yeah.
I'm not burning it. So guess what? Here comes 4 clone troopers.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I can dial in my collection more how I want it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, you know,
which that makes sense. You have to be at this point. You have to be kind of selective because so much is coming out, especially with the Star Wars and Marvel. And I mean, me personally, I collect Marvel and Star Wars, and even now, I'm kind of like being more selective. Like, I liked Moon Knight, but I don't know if I'm going to get the figure. I don't know if I like it enough to get the figure right now. So that may be $300 I could save up for another Star Wars figure, like you're saying. So I totally agree.
Yeah, and it's, you know, well, we'll continue, but real quick, Bob Dylan, man, thank you so much, brother. The $10 super chat, appreciate it. He says, I've bought 1/12 figure arts for well over $100, closer to the 1/6 droid price, and then the 1/6 2022 Batman Deluxe is about the price of a quarter scale Prime 1. Yeah, it's like 500. You're right. Blurring of price gaps makes it hard to pick a lane. You're absolutely right, man. And thank you, dude. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it very much. And you're right. You're absolutely right.
There's just so much out there, man. I mean, as collectors, we're spoiled by there's so many options. But at the same time, it's like, how do you choose, man? I mean, in Bob Dylan's case, I mean, look at the Batman stuff, right? You've got options from different statue companies as well as Hot Toys. So where do you put your money at? I mean, I got messages recently for a couple of collectors. I don't know if they're mad at me or anything, but man, I just got a J&D statue, man, and I blame you. You know, so they got the Batman, and I'm getting blamed for it, man. Me, Will, and I think Carlos as well. so yeah, man.
You guys are statue enablers, man.
Hey, man,
it happens.
We're just sharing our love for the piece, all right? So what everybody does with their money is up to them. But the thing is, you got something that nice of a piece, and then you've got Queen Studios, you got Prime 1, different scales, and then you also got the Hot Toys. The Hot Toys are giving you multiple amount of accessories as well with the bat signal, with the bike, that diorama base that they've got, and multiple display options with the figure, right? So it's like, how do you choose?
It's so hard to, and that's it's so hard, man. I want to address this really quick because Single Songwriter is making me think of something here. It says I got to get the very first C-3PO made by Hot Toys because it'll be extremely collectible in the long run. And I agree with that statement. And it was interesting because I had, again, Thursday night with myself and Fabio and Dante, Graham. Fabio totally brought up this point that I didn't even consider, which was, well, obviously we're going to get this 3PO, which, you know, so with that said, we know we're going to get more, right? We all know that. We get this one's cool.
Sure.
But Fabio was like, dude, you know, it'd be really you could, because he's 3PO, it'd be really cool if you had the evolution. Like they give us an episode 1, the episode 2, you know, on to New Hope, so on and so forth. You can kind of have this, if you wanted to, right? You could display them as he's evolved, right? As he's been upgraded, you know what exactly, right? Take my money, right? So I was like, yeah, dude,
I didn't even think about that.
I know I didn't either, man. So I was like, shout out to Fobs, because I was like, damn it, dude, you're right. Because that would look kind of like a neat little evolution, sort of like how people may do with Iron Man armors. But I think it would look a little cooler if you got a Phantom Menace 3PO and he's like nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
You can do the same thing with the troopers, man. Now that we're
we-
getting phase 1 clones,
we talked about that too,
same exact thing, man.
dude. Like,
Same
how cool
thing.
would that look?
And then different battalions, different commanders.
Yep.
Yeah,
But when it comes to Star Wars, they're all just all the same. Pretty much the original trilogy.
yeah.
Then into Mandalorian,
pretty-
all the variants, man. Just watch, man. I'll show you guys the evolution when I'm done,
Well,
when
yeah,
I'm done with
well,
this display.
Because that's what you do here, right? You get
Oh yeah.
you get your phase 1, but dude, I really like that, man.
This is the hard
I
thing, man. I
really
mean,
like
here,
that.
look,
I really like
Look at
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, that looks so good.
a minimum of 2 for these guys. A minimum
Absolutely.
of 2.
Easy.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard not to get 3 or 4 of these things, just because of the different how you can mix and match the different accessories for the different looks.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm just gonna end up with 2, to be honest. But I would love to pick up at least 3 or 4. They will look great on the shelf, but then again, I don't have that kind of space to do that. So,
You have Maji cases. I don't want to hear it.
bro, even though Maji cases are gonna be filled, they're not even, dude. When I'm done, they're not even gonna be able to display the entire Star Wars collection, bro.
Damn.
No, I feel you.
Alright,
I feel
so-
you. I'm already out of room,
Yeah.
dude. Like on mine.
The thing
mine
is,
are
I've got
custom.
space behind me, but that's reserved for my statues. Right? I can't just, it's,
Yeah. Well,
This
look,
lightsaber wall right here, this Star Wars poster, that's going to be a detoff.
Oh, they can go.
bro.
That wall can go, bro. You got room for more collectibles there.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you
Figures there.
though,
Yeah.
these are freaking rad, dude. I like
Oh, yeah.
like these more than the 501st.
I do too.
Really, just plain.
Just
Okay.
plain, dude.
Yep.
They're
Alright.
just because I don't know if it's because growing up with original trilogy and just having stormtroopers, and then finally seeing these in the prequels, and you're like, oh, okay, these are stormtroopers, but they're clone. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, and then
The
the all
evolution
white.
you see
Yeah,
there.
I just think that looks really damn cool, man. So this is a problem for me, but
Right.
it's where you want to go ahead and this is how you pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe,
Right.
dude, maybe I do want to get 6 of these guys.
Ooh,
I mean, shit. I mean, I
you
know,
have
right?
a vision,
But
don't you? You dream
I
big,
get
my guy.
visions, bro. Like when you can't see this Rogue One very well, but with the dude,
The Rogue
We'll
One
see
line,
eventually.
I saw
okay,
that
it's not
on-
even done. It's not even done.
Dude.
But
From what I've seen on
a bunch of
Instagram,
shore troopers on the left and the right, and then the death troopers, and then Krennic, and then you've got our 4 like heroes, because we don't have all the Rogue One. So, but you know what I'm saying? When you start to get that vision, where you're like, okay, I could put these together, and this would look sick.
Yeah.
I would rather do that than, you know what I'm saying? Go deep into other lanes. It just
Sure.
enriches my display more in that respect. I see J360, man. Thank you, my friend. $2 super chat. It says, need a con exclusive all black, red eyes C3PO.
So you need a 000 is what you need in the comics. That's what you need with Dr. Aphra. That's
That
what
would
you
be
need, man.
that would be something, man. Thank you so much, by the way. That would be
And that's the thing. I think we discussed this with Denobi. With the basic protocol droid with 3PO, you got that opens up all kinds of options. Okay, not just 3PO alone, but going back to episode 1, you got TC-14. He was the opening droid, the serving droid with the tray that served Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan.
correct.
Right. Then you've also got in Empire the Hoth protocol droid that's an all white. You've got that. You've got other protocol droids like 000, like we just mentioned right now, from Dr. Aphra. You got 3PO and his multiple variations throughout the entire saga as well. So they can open up the floodgates. There's all kinds of possibilities that they can do.
Well, and that's dangerous.
with that moment.
Like-
Absolutely.
Like, because that's where I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling this anxiety
And
because
some of us need them all, man. Some of us will just get them all.
I know, and that's like where I'm like, holy shit. Because again, there's something that it feels good when you're current, and I know not everybody does this, but for me, it's like I said, I'm basically I was current, but now I need the artillery trooper, the commander.
You're
tank
never
commander.
current, dude. When you think you're
And the
done, here comes the
transport.
next thing.
It's
dude.
never over.
I know. I know.
Never.
And then I feel
Never.
like we're going to get like I was already like, damn it, dude, I need a Tusken Raider. And I was like, damn it, I need the hell did I get? Well, actually,
Yeah, like
to answer your question, I passed. So I don't get everything. I did not get this Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So I don't get every,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And I did not.
And that
get
was the one
Ahsoka.
not to get, in my opinion. That was the one not to get. So
Yeah, that was.
That is such a shame because his story arc, this figure represents like the most like fulfilled story arc, you know, in the Clone Wars. There's so much going on with this character arc, not just in season 7, but Anthony, as you're going to see, you started season 5, you'll see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm in season 5 now. I've been slowly getting through it. So
Right. So the thing is, like, for me personally, I mean, not just because I'm in to get them all, but I have more of a reason to pick this up because there's another accessory that I would love to pick up that I would display with this Darth Maul, with this version of Darth Maul Clone Wars. I mean, I don't know, Jay, if you actually seen the Clone Wars or not. You may know where I'm going if you've seen it.
Yeah, and I mean, and bad on me, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I know what happens. And you bring up a good point because he has such a great arc in this story. In this version
maybe that'll change, man. But look, I like him. I like him in Clone Wars.
Anthony, by the time it changes for you, it's going to be sold out, and you're going to be chasing a freaking waitlist.
Man, this shit ain't going to be sold out for at least a year, bro. So I got time.
That's how long it's going to take for you to catch up.
No, I got 3 more seasons, right? Like season 5 is actually pretty good. 4 was not bad, but 1, 2, and 3 were just kind of like really hard for me to get through. They had some good stuff in between the 3 seasons, but there was a lot of what my point is that it's starting to get. I feel like they're doing better now. You know what I mean? Like at season 5. Yeah, right? I'm like, okay, this is pretty dope. This is pretty dope. Real quick, Jason, my man, 1/6 dude, thanks so much, man. $10 super chat says, bro, I'm excited for this. So glad we are getting long-awaited Star Wars figures. This covers all areas now. Also headed to Seattle, then to Alaska, so I won't catch the rest of this. Oh,
Jason,
thanks,
safe
man.
travels, bro.
Yeah, safe travels, dude. I hope you have a good flight, and no worries, brother. We'll talk soon, man. I appreciate it very much, dude.
100.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no, it's getting better. It's just even that and I see what you're saying, right? Because that's where a lot of people look into why they want this Anakin or this Obi-Wan or this Maul, or I guess Ahsoka, even though she came from the show, is that, you know, these characters who are not new got a lot more context and development through the show. Exactly. So you're like, oh, I like this more. Whereas Maul to me was badass, but you know, he died off so quick. I thought he was like the best thing of episode 1, you know? So that's why, you know, but now you're like, oh, we got like all these seasons of him with this character development. So then you're like, yeah, I want to get this Maul because I know the story, right? I just think it doesn't look that great, personally. If I got it, I would probably, I would dress him pretty much just like this. I really wanted like a shirtless Maul though, because I thought it was cool having all the tats, but he just looks too weird in the joints, and he's skinny and da. So I was like,
there's no. I mean, if you're sticking to like, you know, canon, there's no reason for you to display him without a shirt on or a hood up with this particular version. So I think, there are some of those collectors that do like him with the hood up, and I've heard some people say it looks a lot better with the hood up. It's cool, but for me personally, just because, you know, I get kind of anal like that, I want to display as close to canon as possible. I may stray from some things, but for this particular version of Maul, I'm just going stock with just like what you saw on that photo there.
Yeah, and I think that would be great. It's just we'll see. But the point is, I passed for now. I passed on Ahsoka. She looks cool, but the reason I didn't technically pass, right? Because remember, I day 1 pre-order. But then they were like, I got an email and they're like, your shit's been delayed. I'm like, dude, I paid her off in full August 26, 2020.
Did you? Wow,
I paid her off, bro. I only owed $32 for tax and shipping.
Just for shipping, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got an email saying that she was delayed, so I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So I canceled
it gives you
it
a way
and I got
out
all
to
my
get
money
your
back.
refund and your NRD.
Yeah, I just got all my money back in the NRD and everything, and I was like,
I'm sure that's going to go to the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka.
I would much rather a Rosario Dawson Ahsoka because I didn't grow up watching Clone Wars.
Neither did I.
I mean,
But
let me rephrase that. I'm 5 seasons in Clone Wars, and I still have zero attachment to the character.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Right.
I will say she's a good figure, and I don't think we'll get this Ahsoka again. So that's why I would think it'd be valued. It behoove you to add it to your collection because you may not have that appreciation right now, but later on down the line,
later, yeah.
And that's what Mario's kind of saying the same thing about Maul, because I kind of feel the same way about Maul, but when you talk about his arc, and even when Mario was saying, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, damn, and it kind of made me think about something that I forget who did the post. Somebody in our community did the post. I can't remember your name. I want to say either Dan or Dre did it. It was a pose with Obi-Wan and Maul with that Maul, and I was kind of like, yeah, that is an important figure. It's not my favorite Maul, but it is kind of an important figure. And I see Ahsoka being being the same type of thing with Ahsoka, because I mean, this is the Ahsoka that this is the Ahsoka.
Developed.
This is the
developed from the animated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we see with Rosario. Yeah.
Well, here's my problem. I wanted her. Clearly I bought her. Day one. It's just the problem I was having is like, as a consumer, don't give me options. Don't give me hesitations.
Yeah.
And here I am waiting, and then you're like, your order's been delayed. And I was like, oh, hell no. I'm out. Like, it's like,
and it's just you're right. It's just as easy as that. Because if you got to wait for something and then something else cooler is around the corner, then like, why if I,
But that's the thing, dude. You never know, because like you said, he day one pre-ordered this thing. Okay.
Day one in full.
And all that stuff. It becomes delayed, like a year and a half later, it's delayed. And then just months before that, we got that one cool thing that was around the corner, which was the live action version of Ahsoka. So the thing is that you never know. You see something that goes up for pre-order, like, yo, that's dope. I want that. But then again, like we've talked about before, time and time again, as time passes, our feelings change towards everything, or some things rather.
Yeah.
We're not as excited to pick up whatever we've pre-ordered a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
That's
so by the time we get it,
dude.
By the time we get it, I mean, the love is gone. It's like, damn, I wish I would have canceled it. I wish it was delayed, or whatever. Sometimes the remorse, kicks in. But
perfect example is that Batman, bro. There's a big problem in the collecting world, and I feel like, okay, so Batman gets announced, right? Big old deal, $500, comes with a bunch of shit, really awesome, right? Looks great, the movie's great. 2 years have to go by, and then how do you feel in 2 years from now, as just an individual, right? And then the figure finally comes out. Do you feel the same, like, excitement and hype that you felt 2 years prior?
Right.
Because it's a movie, which is not to discredit, because there's a lot of movies I want to have figures from, but you understand what I mean? I feel like the pace that they move, it's like, it's the hype, almost a hype train. It's like, okay, on to the next cart, and then you're like,
that's
oh,
the
shit.
good thing. And that's the good thing about getting figures from these IPs that have been established already. I mean, Clone or what is it? Attack of the Clones. We're going on 20 years. It's been established. It's had time to settle. The collectors that grew up with the Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones as their childhood, some are grown up, some are, and they got money to spend, right? Yeah. So this is something that's been given time over the years to mean something to some of us, right? Same thing with the original trilogy in Star Wars. That's why I have no problems if I see something original trilogy, instant buy.
Right, it's just, I got it.
Not necessarily day one pre-order, but it is coming to the collection.
But it is coming home, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like this guy, man. So forgive me, because I don't know who the hell Clone Trooper Jesse is yet.
There is no Clone Trooper Jesse. This is ARC Trooper Jesse.
Okay,
if you've been paying attention, you would know who he is right now.
I'm going off the name on the package.
Yeah, that is incorrect.
So the name on the package,
way incorrect.
But my point is, I do know it's that ARC style. right? Know that much. But the point is, I don't know, right? So other people who were really into this are probably really excited for this figure, I would imagine. Akin to like how us three would be excited if, you know, Luke Skywalker or something, you know, or Lando or Han,
Absolutely.
or you know, we're like, oh, I gotta get that.
Exactly.
So I never like knock on it, you know, because everybody has something they've attached themselves to or grew up with, or, you know, just really, really into it. And then the show's good. I'm not, you know, like I said, I never shit on it. I haven't gotten through it all yet, but I don't have the connection. So when this announced, I was just like, okay, right? Like I don't have it. Combat Evolve says you guys are killing me. Jesse was a regular 501st at one point. The Clone Wars animation.
At one point, he was a regular 501st. Started off as a shiny, was recruited, but this particular version we're seeing here, this is the ARC Trooper. So didn't have the pauldrons on both sides, didn't have the ammo pack, didn't have that thick ass armor that he's got, that comma and everything. So yeah, that's way different from the standard 501st.
So this is his evolution.
This is evolved as an ARC Trooper. Right.
Okay. So people are probably really excited for this one. And right?
I love the designs of the ARC Troopers, man. I want them all. I want them all, man. I mean, fives cool. And fives is another one. Why am I drawing a blank, dude? Fives and Echo. Echo's the other one. That's another 501st as well. Now seeing it again with Jesse. I just love the design. There are a few more too as well.
Well, I feel like once I finish up, maybe I'll have that, but it won't be as prominent as like original trilogy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I may have an appreciation, obviously, for the character once I'm finished up. Sure. Be like, oh, okay, I understand. I know who the, you know, okay, cool, right? And then maybe it'll come home into the collection. But in comparison to, you know, like, okay, dropping Snowspeeder Luke, bro.
No question.
There's no question.
No questions asked. I mean, this is coming to the collection. Didn't day one pre-order, but I did pre-order eventually. You know, put some points behind it. Got some rewards.
Pre-order or not's irrelevant, right? It's just whether or not you're buying it, right? Yeah,
this is. I'm sorry to say it, but I don't want to give me. I don't know, but this is Hong Kong purchase soon as it drops. Absolutely, I'm all in on this. All in on this. It's OT. I need it. I need it bad. I need it like tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, listen, there isn't one, my friend. I wish there was a Darth Revan, but there's not. There's a Darth Revan right here. I got a poster. But Knights of the Old Republic, man.
Characters. Who looks like Darth Revan in these?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Maybe it's that Maul right there.
Or Kylo. Well,
or
I don't
Kylo.
know. Yeah, yeah, but no, they don't have any Knights of the Old Republic yet. I would love that. That's something. See, that's something I played over and over and over and over again. So I'm all in if they do like a KOTOR, you know, line. That's a no question. That's an OT to me, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like if they start dropping KOTOR figures. There's not a single.
Did you
one
ever pick up the XM Revan? I remember you mentioned you said that you wanted to do it.
I was wanting to, man, but dude, you know what? I had a deal on on Malik, right? But that fell through. So, and the only reason I was gonna get it is because of the price. But then I was like, you know, okay, so that deal's not going through. So I look at those XM pieces, and to me, I feel like they're too expensive for what they are. So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to get Revan and not get Malik. So I'm going to spend like over $2,000 for these 2 quarter scale statues. To me, I didn't feel like that was worth my money. Sure. As much as I love KOTOR. So now I'm just saying, you know what? Patience. We got a game coming soon. They're remaking KOTOR. Hopefully it doesn't suck. And hopefully Hot Toys, you know, capitalizes on that as they did with Battlefront 2. You know, maybe we'll get some video game line of Knights of the Old Republic, and if they do that, I'm game. Maybe that's going to be 3 years from now, but patience. I have a feeling, you know. Comment Evolve, $2 super chat. Thanks, brother. Says, I sent you a pic of Jesse. It's 501st regular. Put it up, please. Well, it's kind of a pain to bring it up, but let me look on my thing here and see if, you know. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just tell you what. I'll just show it to you like that. So, I guess he was regular-ish. Yeah, no doubt. But the one in question, obviously, is like season 7 or something, right? So,
yeah.
But yeah,
I think all these ones in Clone Wars are pretty much season 7. That
I think so too, right? Isn't that what they're doing? Is just kind of basing it off the final season?
That's what it seems like. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. But again, I mean, you have. Okay, so these are available now are 18 currently, but still with 31 pre-orders, I'm like, dude, bro, like. And this is me kind of, you know, easing out of Marvel. Right now, there are still, you know, as I said, on the Marvel tab, there are still a couple of these that I will pick up. I'm not out, but what I'm not doing is collecting the lines just to collect the lines, right? You know what I mean? I'm not getting 10 Spider-Mans. Sorry.
Yeah,
like, you know, from No Way Home or whatever, the line.
Yeah, those big lines burn you out. Like, I mean, Endgame, I mean, that's been a whole 4 years now. It seems like 4 years, 3 years.
Yeah, coming up on 4.
Yeah, coming up on 4 years. And
I told myself when I was collecting Marvel that as soon as I acquire the entire Civil War line, along with the other characters that are outside the line but belong in that group, I'm done with Marvel. And then Endgame happened. And then there went the Civil War line, dude. So that's the shitty thing about Marvel, man. I mean, for some of us, is just that they just keep coming out with new designs, you know, newer and better. You know, more just keep coming out.
Well, and I like the obscure stuff too, bro.
Sure.
Like this armorized Deadpool. I think it's pretty awesome.
Nice. I like that.
I like it.
And I believe this is based off the Mark IV War Machine armor.
Yeah. Now, see, this right here looks very cool. I know my cousin is all in on this as well because this is damn cool, and it's a little and it's obscure, like you said. This can, you know, because I think some people may sleep on it, and it may end up becoming something that's a Grail or something that's real, you know, that ends up being something highly sought after or a chase figure at the least. Because. I don't need it. That's the thing. Even though I collect Marvel, I collect a lot of stuff from the movies. Now it's just the movies that I like. Now that I have all the main Avengers movies are somewhat, I would say, kind of done at this time, I'm good. So I don't need this in my Marvel collection. But damn, it does look good. It looks real good.
That's my point. Like stuff like this looks badass. And it's not necessarily MCU. You know, there's certain things, but then again, there are. I mean, I know we're kind of bouncing in between Marvel and Star Wars, but I mean, like, dude, like, where's it at? Like this comic book one, the comic book version Iron Man. I have to get this, regardless of the weird plastic all over him. It's comic book, so that's gonna go over my little. I have a small, you know, Marvel area, so that has to be for me. Another weird one. This Venomized Iron Man. I think this is badass.
But you know what?
Like too.
And this, you're really collecting and I gotta compliment you on that. You're collecting really smart because those are kind of like the one-offs, and you're not locked into a line, so you can buy those and have your Marvel section, and you're good because Star Wars is your thing. So you're not buying into a big line. So like that
I would almost even get this.
Yeah, because it's it's MCU, but then again, it's not. It's its own thing at the same time.
Yeah, it's its own. You know, this is technically part of the Endgame line. Yeah,
I mean, considering that Sideshow still has a bunch of Mark 50s in stock, and then they basically re-release a variant of a Mark 50, it's like I don't understand the logic personally, other than it's based off of concept art.
Yeah, it's concept-y.
Yeah,
which is interesting. It's just I like when they do these concept art ones. You know, I have my concept cap, you know, in the black suit.
It fits right in. It fits right in with your concepts.
Yeah, I like like you said, you know, they're kind of different one-offs and things like that, and that's kind of what I like. I'm not beholden to a lane because you will do that. because I have done that.
Yeah.
I have 12 Spider-Mans. I still have them.
I have 5 Thors. 5 Thors.
Yeah, see, I couldn't do 5 Thors, bro.
No.
Spider-Man a little bit just because of a Spider-Verse, and I was like, yeah, but even then I'm selling them. I'm just like, all right, it's fine. I need the room anyway. And again, staying in, the Star Wars and Star Trek lane, that works well for me. But again, you see these things, they're gonna look. I mean, I bet you anything. Tomorrow night's Monday for Hong Kong. They're probably gonna drop the announcement for Doctor Strange and or Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna get announcements.
Easy.
If not tomorrow night, this week, but I'm pretty sure probably tomorrow night. So, and then you look at them, right, and you're like, oh, that looks great. You know what I'm saying? So then you're like, okay, wait a minute.
But then you got to think about the thing is, that looks great. I'm going to get it. But then think about it. Did you pre-order the WandaVision Wanda? Did you pre-order, not just you, but I'm talking about, the person that's looking at it. You got to think about, did you pre-order or were you thinking, because you got to remember that's right around the corner. That WandaVision, Wanda and Vision are right around the corner. The Doctor Strange from No Way Home is right around the corner. And that won't probably be that much different. I mean, so it's like you got to really be smart when you're choosing these lanes and what really speaks out to you. And I'm saying that not just to everybody else, but to myself as well, because that's where I'm at right now. I'm locked in to Marvel and Star Wars like heavy. But you got to cherry pick. You really got to cherry pick which of the, like, if you're doing Marvel, which of the films really speak out to you right now. To be quite honest with you, nothing has spoke to me as much as the Infinity Saga. And since that is over and kind of wrapped up, I'm kind of good right now. I can kind of slow down on Marvel right now, which is why I'm going more towards Star Wars right now. So yeah, it works. It works for me that way, but you just got to be careful because this is it's overwhelming. And then there's Black Widow. There's Yelena right there. That's something that I'm getting.
Right. Real quick. Yeah. Hey, nothing for Doctor Strange because it's too new. Not many people seen it, so let's not talk about any Doctor Strange stuff. Movie wise, I still haven't seen it myself. It's still fresh. So no Doctor Strange talk. It's Valiant Archer. I don't see him either, bro. And that's weird because I wanted to be picking him up. The Mysterio Illusion Iron Man. That was another one I want because I want that zombie style to go with my zombie stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. That's a cool one too.
That is interesting. That's another one of those one-offs like you guys were talking about.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think somebody in the chat mentioned that one-offs usually tend to be grail pieces.
Yeah.
Because this one is particularly unique as well.
Well, yeah, because I mean, it's a perfect example. If, Jay wants to sell off 5 of his Thors, just saying, are there any that are really standoutish, right? Road War Thor, maybe Gladiator Thor. I sold my Gladiator Thor for a decent chunk just a couple weeks ago. Sold him for 5.
Yeah.
So
damn.
Yeah, he goes for a good price.
Yeah. So, but the point is versus. It all comes down to like, okay, you don't really want to have your figures to be able to sell them, but in the event that you want to sell them, you have to really break it down and say, okay, how many people like Marvel? Okay, so you've got this net. Let's just like open it up. You say, okay, this many people like Marvel MCU in the world. Now, this many people collect Hot Toys Marvel MCU.
Right.
Now, this many people collect what's hot, right? Iron Man, okay, MCU. Then it breaks it down even more. Here's Spider-Man. Okay, here's Spider-Man video game. Here's Spider-Man video game negative suit. You see how it narrows it down more and more and more and more to where you're like, okay, is anybody going to buy this damn Spider-Man off of me? Right? But if I had like an Iron Man or something, you're like, oh, okay, I know that's going to go. Because there's a wider... You know what I'm saying? So it's you have to keep that in mind if you ever decide to get rid of any of your figures. It's just some of them are just simply not gonna net.
But do you though? I mean, when you're
Kinda.
collecting, man, do you take that personally into account whether or not you can actually move the figure in the future? Because you never know what's going to happen later down the line.
Yeah,
what if God forbid somebody dies and then all of a sudden they're all just going up in value?
I do. I actually do take that in consideration. Like even today, I recently bought not a flex, just saying I bought quarter scale Mando, and I was thinking about it. Like I really don't at this point. I don't have any quarter scale figures in my collection, but I am looking at potentially getting quarter scale Book of Boba Fett, and to have those two together would be awesome. But then I got to think about it in the future. That's me today. That's me maybe 2-3 years from now, 5 years from now. Am I going to want to get rid of it? Is that something that I can possibly get rid of? Yes. But I also got to be real with myself. Will I be able to get what I paid for it? Maybe so, maybe a little bit more. And then you got to think about how many people buy quarter scale figures. So it's like all those little things you got to think about when you're buying, if you are buying and selling stuff like that. I would say I sell. I'm not going to say I sell often, but I sell often enough because certain things come into the collection that I just don't need, and I'll get it because it looks good, but that's me for 1 year, maybe 6 months. Something else comes out and I'm like, damn, I really want that. Let me go get that. So yeah, I do take that in consideration sometimes, but it's not the thing. It doesn't make me buy a figure. It's not a driving force in me buy. What the driving force in me buying the figures, do I think it's cool? Does it fit the rest of my collection? Yes. Then I get it. The other, is it going to be worth something in the future? Can I move it on? That's secondary.
Yeah, I totally get that because I try to think about things like that as well. It's like, yeah, I don't necessarily go into it in that respect of like, oh, is this gonna, am I gonna make money off of it? Because I don't think there's money to be made in 6 scale figures.
Absolutely.
Personally,
It's not
No.
You get them because you love the property or you love whatever, or you have the love for 6 scale in general, right? But you're right. In the event something happens, maybe you need to bow out, be like whatever, or maybe you just.
It's nice to have the security, that sense of security that you can most likely get at least get your money back.
Yeah, at least get your money back. But some of this stuff right now, no, because the game's changed over the past couple years. Hot Toys is saturating the market, and a lot of people buy into figures. They watch influencers or certain people that, might be like, every figure is the greatest figure ever made. And some people end up just being like, oh, okay. I'm going to buy it. And then they buy it and then they're like, nah, not really, or whatever, and then they want to sell it and they're like, so it's just tough. There's not, there's no, look, that's not really the whole point here. Yeah, obviously it sold for $5, but you know how old that figure is, right? So Is that really a lot of money? Not really. A couple $100, like 6 years later. It's not, you know what I mean? The reason why is because obviously it's been long sold out, and there's figures like that they're not really, highly unlikely they're going to reissue that particular, from specific movie. Those are one-off movies in that respect, right? You have a line like, they're going to reissue it maybe years from now. But you can't go into it looking like you're going to be like, I'm going to make a bunch of money, right? Okay, I made a couple $100 off a figure that's 6 years old. That is a shitty investment. That return of investment. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can pull some here and there if you want to get out, but go look on buy-sell trade groups, man. There's so much shit selling below retail because, again, the market's saturated. People bought so much shit, and now they're trying to sell it. And it's tough. Like, I see people selling these 501sts all day long.
Well, because
trying to sell them.
Some of these collectors that are selling them off, I mean, they buy it. Who knows what their reason is for selling? But the initial rule is you don't sell anything to expect to make anything if the figure is still, available on the market at retail.
Yeah.
Right. That's just, pretty much.
Well, but I see it all the time. I see these 501sts, whether they're regular or deluxe, and people in groups are trying to get basically retail. Yeah. Like, they're like $220 for a deluxe. And I'm like, well, yeah, but it's still in stock, bro. I could just get it in stock and get points, and if there's something broke, then they're just gonna fix it for me. And you know what I'm saying? It's so if something's still in stock and the price isn't that, now you selling me 501st for like $150, all right, I'll buy them off you.
And that's the thing. People that buy these figures and try to then go and open it up, and even if it's pristine, they open it up and then they put it on eBay and try to sell it. It's not eBay. You got to think about it like this. eBay is a place where you go to look for a deal. So you gotta, you're already taking a hit, putting it on. You're taking it a hit, putting it on there to get it all for a deal, and you're taking a hit because you got to pay those seller fees. So that's another reason why you have to really be careful on what you buy. The thing is, I would say at this point, especially with the seller fees and stuff, try not to sell your figures. Go get something that you really want, that you really want. Now, if you're going to sell something a couple years down the line to get something else, yeah, that's fine. By all means, if that helps you out. But just know you're going to take a hit. Anytime I sell something, I'm already thinking like, hey, it's been sitting. I probably posed the shit out of it for a review, or pose the shit out of it just to have fun with it because it is mine. But if I'm putting it up for sale, I'm already thinking I'm going to take a hit for it. And that's the way you're going to get it off. But if you put it on there, and like you're saying, you put it on there and it's already in stock, and after people are paying for fees and shipping and all, and taxes and stuff like that, they probably can get it better from Sideshow brand new than to get it from you. So you just got to take that in consideration, that, okay, I'm going to take a loss. If not, it's going to sit and it's not going to sell. So
I agree. I 100%. And the part too is like, whether or not you're getting hit with PayPal fees or eBay fees or Mercari fees or whatever, and shipping, and you're shipping it too, right? So like, it's just bad juju. Ladies, man, I will actually, because George Perez did pass away today. For those who may not know, he was awesome in Marvel and DC Comics. I grew up reading and looking at a lot of George Perez was awesome. So man, we lost another great today. It's unfortunate, man, and not that old. 67.
Yeah. Wow. So, really?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's pretty young.
Yeah.
Damn, life is short.
Yeah, for today's standards,
man. I know. Carlos, man, what's going on, brother? He said, actually, that Thor sold for $260, and if you sold it for $5, that's an 11% gain per year. When my portfolio grows by 12%, it was a great year.
But you're talking about one figure versus how many other stocks that you have, or how much stock you have invested in particular.
Agreed. What about the New Hope 2-pack of Stormtroopers for $550 with shipping? A deal or no? I would say that's a deal.
New Hope?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
I did see that in the groups.
Hell yeah. I would.
Somebody is selling it in the groups. I saw that for $550 shipped.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a bad deal, because it's also interesting because it's a 2-pack and because it comes with the mouse droid.
Yeah.
Which is cool, and it's New Hope. So
keep in mind that when I was packing I have that set, and when I was packing mine up, Carlos with the gains, the bodies kind of started feeling loose, man.
Really?
And that kind of bothered me when stuff, because it's an older figure. 2014 when they dropped, I think they were.
Yeah.
So they've been around for a while, so shit tends to degrade. Especially when it comes to these types of figures that have these kind of materials. Yeah. So it makes me second guess sometimes when I'm buying something, but I'm so freaking I'm so caught up in this reality distortion field with Hot Toys, and Star Wars.
No, look, here's the thing. We get this all the time. And 105, 107 in the chat, guys. Go ahead and hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. To myself, El Profesoro, and Brother Cousins, links in the description, man. But listen, we feel like this all the time. I know I do. I'm not sure if all 100 plus in the chat do, but there comes times where you're like, God damn it, Hot Toys, right? Because something happens. You have a figure that's, you've had for a while. Shit starts flaking, right? Something's getting all like, you're like, God damn it, dude. Like, what the hell? And then you're like, why am I even buying these?
Dude, right?
Right? Like, sometimes you feel that way.
Yeah.
and then they drop some new shit on you, and you're like, "Fuck, okay, I'm back."
You know what you saw it with is
I'm
that Dark Knight Catwoman. I saw a lot of figures that were actually flaking. D Knight did a review of his flaking and how he actually restored it. And what happened? Hot Toys dropped a reissue for that same Catwoman. So yeah, man.
Yeah. That the flaking on that particular figure, that Catwoman of boots. It was a guy locally that was selling one, and I actually went because I can actually come in. He was like, come in. I was like, yeah, I want to buy it. I got this was before the Batman 4DX19 came out. I was like, yeah, I had the Bat Pod. I was itching. I was like, I need somebody to put somebody on it. So he was selling Catwoman for a wonderful deal. He was selling for like $160. That's when my antennas went up. I was like, something must be wrong with it. This can't be. So I was like, yeah, I'm interested in it. He was like, he put it on eBay. He's like, yeah, come take a look at it. He's like, before you buy it, come take a look at it, really. Dude, the boots were so degraded. It was just like, no. I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm sorry to waste your time, bro. No.
to their credit, I feel like the newer figures have been improved.
Yes. Absolutely.
But the newer figures we haven't had for 6-7 years yet.
No.
So I'm hoping.
I look at my Terminators every day. I don't know about you, Mario, but I look at them.
Well, I'll tell you what. And
mine's already flaking, man. My police shootout T800. The jacket is even more battle damage than it already was.
No.
You know, so when I cracked it open to display it, I took it out, and I'm looking behind the neck because I wanted to swap out the head for the battle damage one. Swap the head off, and I noticed all of this flakes all over the neck, and now the neck is a little bit stained. So I'm like, no, that shit hurts, dude. You know,
and
it's a punch in the gut for sure.
It really is.
My version 1 Star-Lord's trench coat, the bottom is like kind of shredded and peeled.
Oh yeah, those.
But it looks cool. I'll tell you that much. I'm not just trying to sell it. I am.
It looks like battle damage.
But it looks kind of cool because you would think like it would be dragged on the.
It was actually kind of like that out the box, though, wasn't it? Originally, when it first came out.
Yeah, but it's got a little bit extra. Now, if I
free.
didn't,
you don't got to pay for it either, right?
Right. So, but my point is if it was any other figure, I would be irritated.
Right.
I would be like, what the hell happened to my figure from doing nothing? Now, to its credit, my episode 3, wherever the hell he is, Obi-Wan Deluxe, fine. And Qui-Gon being a bit newer, also fine. And what I mean by that is like, you know, their boots. They got that really shitty boot, kind of like Dooku. Yeah, I really hate those. And they will, you know.
Han Solo and Tarkin, the same thing.
Yep, same. So I don't mess with the ankles. Because especially if the figure's been chilling for a while. And then I want to like move it or something, and it was like, that was it. It was just already kind of going that you have no idea. Then you move the ankle and it's like shred or some disintegration. And then you're like, what the hell, dude? You know, so it's kind of, yeah. I mean, what I do is I use 303 wipes and or spray on a lot of my pleather-like materials. And
that saved the dome of this guy here of N209. Definitely saved the dome. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's still cracked for shit. It's cracked, but it doesn't crack anymore. So
I hear so much about the 303 treatment and moisturizing, but I'm curious to know, and it seems successful, but I can't help but think, could it be possible that down the line you could be like creating more damage or more harm, you know, than intended by, I mean, I don't want to say constantly, but with multiple layers over the course of time of all that stuff, you know, applied over the materials.
I don't look, you know? So far so good.
Yeah.
Now listen,
I mean, well, I guess we'll find out in 20 years or something.
Look,
like that.
I am not a chemist, nor am I an engineer. I'm just a guy who collects toys and has a microphone and a camera. So with that said, I haven't had any problems with 303. But that's just me. My shit's been holding up real nice. I have a Red Skull that's over 10 years old and his trench coat's perfect.
Yeah.
For the
just
most
saying.
part,
so I don't know.
All my stuff is held up pretty good. I mean, and that was another reason why I kind of was like doing the whole Good Morning Grail show. Sorry to plug it on your show, Ann.
No, of course. Good Morning Grails on Brother Cousin's YouTube. Check them out.
There you go. But yeah, it's like going back and looking at some of this stuff, and like even looking at my Han. Like Han has been in the cockpit for a couple of almost about a year now, and I pulled it out and I looked at the boots, and I was like, oh man, the boots still look brand new. I was shocked. I thought it would be some degradation there, but no, it still holds up. And I don't know. I mean, everything's in a basement, and the basement is pretty cool. It's pretty cool down here, like all the time. But I know keeping it cold, you don't want it too cold either. It has to be just, I don't know, it has to be just right. But yeah, I mean,
just right. Yeah.
Cold air down here, I mean, seems to be helping things. I guess.
I keep it cool in my room.
Whoa! Go back a few photos. I don't remember seeing this Leia.
You don't remember seeing this Leia, right?
No.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
When did they tease that?
They did. That's been teased.
Man,
that's been here for a minute, bro. Like 2
years.
Yep.
I never noticed.
Yep.
I mean, to be honest, it really is just the Bespin Leia head slapped on the Hoth Leia. But I mean, still the intent of the tease here, man, it just makes you wonder.
Yeah.
What could we possibly see for Celebration this year? I'm just saying.
I don't know. MandalorianHuntress, hello there.
Hey.
Hot panel tonight.
What's up?
Could be hotter with one more.
Always.
Come on, Ant.
Look,
could be hotter with one more. We can get this thing rolling, bro. Let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe. Let me see. Look, this is a tease 2 years ago.
No.
They do this shit. The problem is are they still doing this? Like, because we got a tease.
Dude, if they tease 3PO like 5 years ago, man, they could definitely bring this.
Well, look,
out.
but here's the thing: they teased 3PO. They teased 3PO. They teased R2. Boom, boom. They teased Kate Bishop next day later. Boom. They teased Electro a week later. Boom. So I feel like they're not doing these old like this is bad. Like that Leia's probably we're already 2 years in. But the most recent teases,
dude, that 3PO was teased years ago, dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
same thing.
Of a more current tease, right? Like, let's say this Leia right there got teased again tomorrow or something in a new thing, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's what I mean. Like, I think they're learning from their mistakes, where when they start teasing stuff now, the shit's actually coming out. So if you follow the pattern, okay, if you follow the pattern here, right, I believe that we're going to see this Mace Windu like really damn soon.
We got it. I mean, come on. They alluded to this earlier this
thirsting
week.
After this guy.
They know we want this, that we're getting this, y'all. This is going to be soon. This is going to be Celebration. And if it's not, I don't know what the hell is wrong with them. But
Anthony, can you do me a favor? Can someone rewind the tape when we saw the Bespin Han tease in that Leia picture of the Bespin Leia? No doubt we're gonna see Bespin Han coming up soon. Yo, they just teased it. It's right around the corner. But yeah, we haven't seen it at any cons or anything, bro.
Well, they haven't shown it in freaking ever.
Yeah, and the same thing can happen to Mace. I'm not saying that it will.
Right. I'm just
skeptical just based off their history. We saw two Bespin teases that are nowhere to be seen.
I know.
This is what I would say, Mario. But they knew they put out a lot of stuff last week. Yes. But they knew damn well people was like, come on now. Where the hell's Padme? Where the hell is Mace?
For sure.
I know that.
Yeah. It would make sense.
We're gonna get it.
Yeah, it would make sense given the momentum of the 20-year anniversary of Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense. You know what also made sense too on the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back? Release the freaking Bespin Han Solo, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Next year.
Right.
Next year.
Next year.
But
that really has me thinking that's something between that's a license thing. I really think that may be.
Well, Harrison Ford is just kind of a dick, so he doesn't really want to have anything to do. But you know what? As they say, money talks. So, you
I
know,
got
they
that
give him
brace
enough
drop.
money, you know, yeah.
That's why he showed up
money.
in episode 7 just to die, right?
I know, he was
Well,
like, fuck it, they paid
spoilers,
me
y'all.
enough. They paid me enough. Yeah, they, you know, and that's the thing. So, but I'm going on, and I know what you're saying because I'm tired of all these teases, right?
Yeah.
But the current teases have been following through. That was my
Currently.
whole point. You know, the Kate
Definitely,
Bishop,
definitely.
the Electro, this, you know,
and I know we've been
reinvigorated
talking-
3PO.
And I know we beat it, you know, we were beating this up all over the last couple of months, but now there's more competition out there. People are jumped in the game. So
Yeah.
they're kind of being reactionary, like, okay, we got to stop bullshitting. Let's get our shit together. Let's put this stuff out for these people because some people are going to start jumping. It's only if that InArt gives what they promised, there's going to be people that's like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready to jump ship. There's going to be people that's going to do that. So, or that may be a fear of Hot Toys. I mean, and I know Hot Toys is like, hey, we're not worried about them. We're time tested. Everybody knows us. We're the hot shit. They're not worried about it right now, but they do want to. It's a thing called securing the bag, and to secure the bag with the fan base is to just give us what the hell we've been asking for. And I really think they're seeing that now, and that's why you're getting them being more reactionary. They're, oh, we'll fix the head sculpt, or we'll do this, or we'll put this out, and we'll make sure we follow up with these teasers. Oh, y'all want Electro? Okay, it's a reason why. So I really think to just sealing up your point, Anthony, I really think that they're getting better with the teasers. I think that's going to, at least I'm hoping. That's what I hope.
I hope so. 110 in the chat, guys. I just put up a poll in the chat asking if you guys are hyped for Django. Let me know your thoughts, because here's the other thing. I feel like he was partly delayed because this anniversary, and I suspect he will be released this week, and he will come in the 20th anniversary packaging. What say you?
You think so?
You think?
Ooh,
I think that's kind of a bit of a stretch, considering that we just saw the 20th anniversary packaging, but it's definitely a possibility, I believe. As far as it being released this week, when is the actual anniversary of
16th or something,
right?
right?
The 16th? That would be...
Don't quote me, I don't remember. It's May 16th, May 22nd, something like that.
So it's about a little over a week. So maybe the week after next week, possibly.
Yeah.
This month.
Or going into it. Yeah, sometime this month. Yeah, I think so. I think it might get released this month. 20th anniversary packaging, although it would be nice, I think is a bit of a stretch.
You think
I'm
so?
thinking this week either oh my god, I forgot his name. Moff Gideon. I was going to say Darth Maul. Moff Gideon this week, and then this the following week. I kind of agree with Mario on that. That's what I'm thinking. If I gotta guess, that's what I think. I really feel that those two are imminent. Those two are like really around the corner.
Well, so far they've been delivering, bro. They've been delivering on their photo that they showed for the upcoming releases.
You don't be funny though, considering that we're all infatuated with the Star Wars month, May. What if they just released nothing but all the DC and Marvel figures that they had on their display?
That's hot.
We're getting no more Star Wars figures. Exactly. They could do that. They could do something stupid like that, man.
They could do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. I really hope they don't. It's possible they could definitely do that.
And then we got to look at it like this: their market is in Hong Kong. Is Marvel is bigger over there, right?
Yeah.
Than Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars is caught up, especially with the Mandalorian and everything. But their market is more Marvel, right? So yeah, you get a point.
Yeah, it is more Marvel, but they go in waves, right? It's an ebb and flow, guys. We've seen it all the time. Like last week was like Marvel week. This week, Star Wars week. You know, we got a bunch of Marvel shit last week.
Yeah,
with Electro and Kate Bishop. And DC is so, I don't even know, dude. I don't even have them listed here.
Curious, how many DC pre-orders are actually up right now?
Well, we can take a look. Let's just turn it
interesting
to
to check.
DC, and let's turn off Marvel.
13, it said?
Yeah, and if we go by the oldest, we've got Batman and Throbbing, and those guys are coming really soon.
Did you say Throbbing?
Yeah. So these two.
It almost got past me. I was like, maybe.
Yeah. They're right around the corner too, bro. And these I'm picking up. I'm picking these guys up.
Absolutely.
You want to talk
nipples
about
and everything, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, everything, man. Yeah.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, we're never gonna see these again. So I have to get them.
That is like the ambiguously gay duo, like right there.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. The ambiguous.
Dude, I can see
duo.
MandalorianHuntress picking up this Robin and then putting a head sculpt, a custom head sculpt of Anthony on this thing, and that's her shrine. That's her prized possession right there, bro.
It could
straight
be.
up.
It could be
Straight up, man.
It could be. I'll get
Where
right on that.
the hell is that Wonder Woman? Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Seriously,
right? And listen, one of them's already sold out, right?
Is it?
Yeah, wait list here on the collectors.
Wow. Wow.
But the exclusive comes with one weird other thing. That's it. So I thought that was kind of weird that the exclusive is here. Well, the regular ones
Yeah,
sold
it'll
out.
probably be back in stock. Didn't that happen to Venom at one point?
Dude, Venom, everything's been out and in, man. It's so crazy.
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Yeah, same.
Pennywise
yeah,
is
all
back.
this.
Oh, Graham, I didn't even know he was
Pennywise
back.
is back in stock, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
You can go get him right now.
Yeah. But realistically, there ain't shit for DC.
It's not.
And half of this is a ways out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The other half is like around the corner. So, and then you have a Cyborg, which I think a lot of people are going to be happy with, right?
Yeah, I'm getting
But that's still a ways out.
That's
I mean,
nice.
this is end of year.
Yeah, you ain't go see that till Christmas. Or,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I see
after.
that till after New Year's.
Yeah.
Perhaps
After
early
New Year's,
2023.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But people have waited this long, right, to complete their Justice League. So I don't know. You know,
Wait a minute. Batman, hold on. Why I don't see the Batman and Superman 2 back?
It could be because of somehow I have it
Forgot
set.
about that. And I got that on
Yeah, scroll down and look for like 2-packs or something like that also.
I mean, I could just turn off DC. Oh shit, we're gonna have a bunch of
You gotta
problems
filter
here.
through all that shit.
Nah, well, there's only 2 pages. I have it a long list, so we'll just kind of.
Oh my. Someone needs a Nookie Mafia custom figure badly.
She does. She does.
April, you're not the only
She
one.
does.
Shout out to Ashley. He says that he started throbbing.
Oh, okay.
As of recently, he just started throbbing. I mean,
you just started throbbing right now? Like,
wow. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Is it my voice? I don't know. Like,
Love you,
sorry,
Ash.
man.
We know what you mean, bro.
I know what you mean, dude. I don't know where the hell he is. I just set it to like pre-release and
I love how they
there's a
6-scale
go
figure.
down,
Oh,
go
there's
down.
sets.
Right,
There's
it's sets. Now put it back on DC.
All right, so let's turn off regular. No, then we can just see sets. So here's
Just turn on
sets. Well, this is
There
There
it
you go.
is.
So-
There it is.
there you go.
I almost forgot about those guys.
Yeah, so these guys are around the corner. Hell, I
Good catch, bro.
I bought the freaking coat
Oh, wow.
Same.
like a year ago.
Same, and I still haven't pre-ordered this set.
Still in the package.
I still don't know whether I'm going to get this or not.
I think I wanted to get it because I really liked Nightmare Batman.
Yeah.
I had it. That's one of the. That's probably the only figure in the collection that I had sold and regretted.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
you have an
after the- because it
opportunity.
was so. Yeah, definitely. And I had the Kit Chen coat with it too and sold it. And
Oh yeah, see, I got the
it.
coat, so
I got it heavily discounted too, man. I had a bunch of points that applied to it. And I thought this was a unique Batman, dude. You know?
it's very unique.
After I sold it, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, I wish I would have kept that. But I cashed in pretty good on it though, but even so.
It's going to be crazy
Sick
for me.
bastard.
Yeah, we're all nasty here, man.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy for me because that's going to be my only Superman, and that shit's going to drive.
Really?
Yeah, it's my first.
Yeah.
That's going to drive me crazy because buying that one backwards, oh hell no. So.
Okay.
So why is let's segue into this, man, because why is Echo set as a figure set? He's not listed under 6-scale figure.
That's weird.
Huh.
Because I didn't even see him in the list.
Well, let's go through these photos. What did you come with that would have worn a set?
Yeah. Well, first
That's
off, here
nice.
let's just check the description. I mean, he comes with one military backpack and a figure stand with a Star Wars logo.
Sounds like a
Okay.
set to me.
Right? Obviously they finally crafted Echo armor with red markings, special signet, weathering effects, blah blah blah, grayish black belt. Nobody cares.
Looks like a mistake in the metadata.
So yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
5 interchangeable mechanical right arms, a pair of articulated robotic legs. I don't know, 1 grasper arm and articulated pincers, equipped with detachable wire, jackhammer arm, a manipulator arm, a computer interface arm. Maybe that's why he's a set, because he comes with a shitload of arms.
All the different swap out accessories for his.
You see what I'm saying? So they just classify him as like a set piece because he has all this
That's
detachable arm,
bro.
Well,
maybe I think it's more like what Jay just said. It's a mistake in the metadata. Plain and simple.
It could be. Yeah, it could be. It could
either
be,
that, or maybe they're accounting for the. This is going to sound funny. The size of the box.
Oh my! Come on now, you know better than to judge a book by its size.
I know, right, dude?
How dare you, Jay?
You know, maybe he's just a grower, not a shower. I mean, he's got all these arms, so I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know. But he comes out when? Because this was a May last year. This was a
last year. Yeah, last year May 4th.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
really?
now he's May to June. Holy shit, that's like
he's around the
not
corner.
around the corner.
Now, granted, this is a sideshow, but May to June estimate means he could be dropping this month in Hong Kong.
Could be.
You know,
you never know.
That came out this month, and none of the stuff we speculate come out.
Who knows? We don't know what the hell we're talking about. We're just, we're like, hey,
we're just here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, we're perusing everything, and I mean, shit, did the Boba 2 pack? What the hell? This hasn't shipped. This is shipped. Has this not shipped? Did anybody get this? From
I
think
it's shipped in batches, hasn't it?
It's shipped in batches. Dante got one. My
Okay.
cousin got his too. He got his like 2 weeks ago. So yeah,
I'm still waiting for one from my guy from. Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but
No, that's
still
fair.
waiting.
Fair. I'm just tripping because I had mine since like December or something. So I was like, wait a minute, it's still on pre. But yeah, if they're doing waves, because that's what happened with Ahsoka, right? She's up on pre-order again, and so I don't know. So I forgot about all these. These weren't even in the list, right? These weren't even in the list.
May 4th, those two, the Blerd. Actually, those three, that entire row was May 4th.
Yeah, this row was like May 4th. OG fan, what's up, man? Sideshow sent me the shipping notice for Anakin without the stamp. Nice.
Oh, I saw that. Someone else actually posted the same thing, but I noticed it was without the stamp. So I was curious to whether or not, because when they did the unsealed reveal, I asked them straight up, hey, when do you guys expect to ship this figure? They said this month.
Oh wow.
They didn't specifically say whether or not it's going to be with the stamp or not, but they did say this month.
Leo got one coming in. I think his was with the stamp.
I think it is too. I don't think he bought one without.
Really?
I don't see why he would.
Yeah. He wouldn't do that. Yeah,
so, but this could be a whole nother thing because this started last year, guys. This started, probably, I want to say August, September, October.
What?
Last year, Sideshow. No, so where Sideshow started shipping shit like pretty damn quick. Where we had Lando. Dude, Lando was out for a week in Hong Kong and then he was shipping.
Yeah.
Sideshow.
Yeah.
The show trooper, I think Squad Leader was the same. Miles Morales, you could just boom. I got Miles through Sideshow.
Miles was like,
what the hell's the point?
Miles was in third icon. He was in my third in comic book store like 2 weeks after he was in Hong Kong. It was never seen it that fast.
Yeah. So not everything's like that. Clearly. It had look at Endgame Cap. I mean, Jesus, But I think there are some that genuinely they get like small batches, air freighted over or something.
Harley Quinn too. Yeah, because Harley Quinn is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Birds of Prey ones.
Yep.
Yeah, those were quick. So
OG fan is saying also no Ahsoka yet. She's another one that's probably shipping in low batches too because they got mine from Sideshow, bro. So
either that or what they did is they get the big shipment because they're not going to air freight small batches repeatedly, right? So maybe they did a little bit of air. Like I've been saying this months ago. I can't confirm or deny it, but maybe they pay for a little bit of an air freight so that they can get some out right away to generate hype and to generate eyes on Sideshow, right? Because they know people in groups, Instagram, wherever, are going to be showing their shit off. Hey, look, I got it from Sideshow. I got it from Sideshow. So then all these people are going to be like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Let me get it there. Like, rather than buying overseas, right? And then they kind of get you on this, like, I got you, you know, made you think about it. And then now you've reserved a pre-order because, you know, you saw it. Oh, well, she's already out. This shouldn't take too long. And then you pre-order, you know what I mean? And then maybe 3 months later, the second wave comes in, but they get
it was real
whatever
funny
they can do to combat,
because they did a giveaway, and I think when they were doing the unsealed and revealed on Anakin and the snap, they were I think somebody won a contest or something. They was like, oh, you won Ahsoka, now give us about 4 weeks to get them to you.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That happened this week. I was like, damn.
This irritates the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
And this kind of brings me to my whole point of tonight's discussion is yet another amazing piece to me. I'm not going to say grail because those don't exist. I think those are myths nowadays, but in a personal,
What's that?
What is that? How old is that figure, dude?
Is it not a grail?
No, look, Look, see this Mando shelf down here? None of that shit's grails. None of that shit's grails.
What's that right there?
Now that's
how
damn
old
grail.
is it? Listen to my point. Anything that past like year or two ain't shit. That's what I'm saying. Like,
of course.
But
that's why you don't sell 2 years in.
Right.
Well,
give
of course
these things
not.
the time to
It needs to simmer,
marinate.
It's gotta
exactly.
Yes, but that's my whole point. But no, I'm just saying. I want to talk about this speeder bike, but I'm just saying the same thing was said about IG-11. And he's still sitting on the goddamn shelf. And so is Lando. And it's not that like, and they are, I have no doubt in 5 years, those pieces will be highly sought after. But it's always weird hearing people sing different tunes. Oh yeah, I'm picking up Lando. I'm getting Lando. Oh hell yeah, that's a badass piece. I only know a few of us that picked him up. Now, I'm not saying, you know, our world's, you know, we're not so close-minded. I'm sure there's thousands of people that bought Lando. But it really feels like, well, wait a minute. He's still there, guys. Like, is everybody, you know, that's where I'm looking at it. Like, anything nowish is not a grail, bro. If it's still in stock or if it's, hell, even if it's recently sold out.
Not, dude. Yeah.
Well, that's my point because everybody's throwing the word around like it's, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't want to call it that.
Bro. Context.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Now, so what I mean by that is that's why I tried to preface this whole discussion that this is a grail to me in a different sense, right? In a different sense, not as like, oh my God, this is, you know, something that's been out for years and is going to sell a shitload or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
these are beauty pieces to me where I'm like, dude, I have to have this. And I'm irritated that it's $505 because I want to have two of them. You know what I'm saying? So
$1,000 worth of scouts and bikes.
Yeah,
man.
you're dropping a G, and to further that point, I'm seeing the same thing: the Mandalorian Scout Trooper and speeder bike on buy sell trade groups for like $350. People just trying to get rid of them.
Yeah,
you know, because that's your point. You know, anything in the year or two,
you don't do that, especially when it's still in stock. Yeah, shit happens. You gotta get money, right? But the thing is, do you do that at the risk of taking that kind of a loss when something is in stock? Granted, it'll sell. It'll definitely sell when you put something that low. When someone recognizes a deal, it'll definitely sell. But it just sucks.
Oh yeah, on
the selling side, because you're not giving it time to let it simmer, marinate, whatever. You know, to appreciate and value over time, which is the point of these things. I mean, not always, but to some. Right, to those savvy collectors that can collect and know how to sell, you wait for shit to sell out, appreciate, then you dump.
Ladies, man, I don't think you understand how like money works, dude. Yeah, like you could put money into stuff, but the whole point of it is it's even more money. So that's why there's an irritation because you're like, I'm already gonna be dropping a ton of fucking money.
That 500 could have got them basically three 3 short troopers
Exactly.
elsewhere that's on discount.
So it's not literal.
So
it's not a complaint.
It's what you're getting. It's the bang for the buck.
Yeah, it's the frustration. You're like, shit, because you're gonna buy it. And the thing is, dude, if you manage your money, you can buy all this shit no problem. So it's just a matter of when. Fortunately, that's the only saving grace that Hot Toys has with having a 1.5 to 2 year like wait time.
Point in case also that Thor that you sold for $500. How much was retail? Was it like 3 something or 2 something?
Yeah, 2 something.
The high 2s close to 3.
Yeah.
There you go. There's the money for your speeder bike and a trooper.
Yeah, you could just bang one out and be like, there you go.
Boom.
You know. So it's not
Hey.
bad. It's just
this guy.
welcome back, my friend.
Sorry about that.
The reason why you get irritated is because you're like, damn it, I got to drop $1,000 on 2 things.
Oh.
You don't have to, Anthony.
No, you don't have to, but there are things you do. I'm speaking just as a collector. Like,
sure, yeah.
If this is something that you really want, you're gonna buy it, right? Everybody in the chat, if there's something that you guys really want, you find a way to buy it.
That's right.
Doesn't necessarily make you happy that you've spent, X dollars on something. We've all done it, but
you can stand back and look at that display and be like, worth it.
Yeah, yeah. Because my whole gig is I want to put. It's actually not a bad deal for me. It's not a bad deal for me because I get 2 scout troopers. So one scout trooper is going to hang out on the shelf with the other troopers. And then one scout trooper stays on one bike. And then my Luke and Leia are going to chill on this bike together.
That's awesome.
And that's what I wanted to do. Real quick,
the collector brings up an amazing point. Watch the Mando bike be worth $750 in 2 years, which can happen. You know what a figure that people were trying to sell that couldn't sell, had a hard time selling, selling figures at a loss, and then went and shot up in value like crazy. Darkside Anakin.
Oh, they couldn't even give that figure away.
They couldn't give it away.
It's sat on we've said this many times. Some of y'all in the chat know this. That sat on the shelf for a long time. People were trying to sell it like we currently see people selling their current figures that are in stock in Sideshow, taking a loss on it. I think the light side Anakin was the same deal. Any Anakin that was out there taking a loss at selling it. And what happened after it sold out, or after the light side Anakin, I guess, kind of went up out of after Sideshow started cutting off orders.
Yeah,
and then
that was bullshit.
Yeah, that one was different. But the other one appreciates over time. So that can happen with that Mando speeder bike. It's possible that it can go up to $750. You just never know.
And I would kick myself for that. I recently sold that because I had to sell a lot of stuff to get the Ghostbusters. That's just being completely transparent. So I put that on the chopping block because I knew that I was going to be getting the OT speeder bikes, and I was and I got it all for good. I mean, it was about 350 ship, 350. Yeah, about 350 shipped. That's what I pulled in from it. So it wasn't too bad. I took a hit, but not a big hit.
But to your point. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jay, to your point, I just picked up another Mando Scout Trooper solo by itself. So wow. I got it basically just under retail shipped, brand new from Sideshow.
Wow.
I think when they were having a sale, then plus I had another coupon code to throw at it, and I think it was free shipping too. So I was like, hey, why not?
Wow.
100%.
So I just took advantage of that deal, and I got what I needed.
Thick Bantha Boy. It's already in progress. It's already in progress, bro. The forest diorama. But it's already have a lot
avatar,
of. I love it. I know. I love it.
Thickness, man.
The thickness is real. And that's the thing. Like, but that to your point on Anakin, that's what's funny. And I don't poke fun. I try not to poke fun at people for it, but because you're absolutely right. Because sometimes, dude, there's something that you want, you didn't know, you weren't around then, you weren't.
Yeah, you never.
Then.
Yeah.
You never know. But I'm like, holy shit, people dropping like 6-7 bills on an Anakin, and I was like, they couldn't give that shit away.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how
that
happens, man.
Yeah. So, but to collectors' credit, they could be new collectors. and they're like, oh shit, I really want this. Like, oh man, they made this. Oh, I got it. Okay, all right, I'll pay it. Whatever. I really want it. That's what's gonna happen for some of these things, but it's gonna be years from now, right? See, we're so used to living in the now, and not really being able to necessarily predict the future, right? Because the future is unpredictable. We don't know. Yeah, but let's say in 2027, there's new collectors coming in, and they're like, oh shit, I just found out about Hot Toys, and I really love the original trilogy. And then they want to get like Lando, and they're like, fuck, and then he's like $500.
Yeah.
Some of the figures were kind of easy to predict back when there really weren't like as many collectors as there are these days, and when the runs weren't as high as they are. I remember case in point with the Death Star Trooper. When that was announced, it was sitting on a while for pre-order, and I was like, I got a feeling that this is one of those ones that they're probably not going to make a lot of, considering it's like a C-list character at best. In a sense, kind of a one-off. Yeah. And what happened? It sold out, and that figure's expensive. As to these days, it's even harder to predict. Like we say, some of these one-offs usually tend to go Grail status and can really show up in price after they sell out. But the thing is, these days there's a lot of them. There's a lot of figures that were heavily produced. So it's really difficult to kind of gauge that, even with a one-off, what can actually possibly be a Grail after it sells out down the line.
Yeah, you have no idea.
You just never know. You never know these days.
Like, do you feel this Boba Fett is gonna be,
as of right now, no,
somebody's Grail in 5 years?
Maybe 10 years.
Maybe 10 years right now, because they're gonna mass produce the shit out of this, especially with the Fennec and then I don't know, the throne. Is the throne a piece that they're gonna sell separately, or is that only a 2-pack?
No, that's
exclusive to this deluxe set.
Oh.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much Boba. I just randomly clicked a picture, but just in general, like anything here that's like current or, not out, right? Maybe it will. Maybe the Scout Trooper will be like, oh shit,
that's another one.
It's Return of the Jedi.
You hear a lot of Star Wars collectors say that the Scout Trooper is their favorite design.
That is.
Oh, he's awesome.
Back in the day, I think this probably would have been considered one of those ones that could have been a short run. But these days, everything is in high demand. They're gonna make a bunch of these things. So even when it sells out, it's gonna take a long time before this simmers and settles, and tends to appreciate in value. If it appreciates in value.
Can we all close our eyes for a moment and imagine that this was 2016, 2017, and they put out the Scout Trooper then, along with all of the OT stuff. Let's say they dropped it with the Royal Guards. They dropped it with Palpatine Deluxe, like around that time, right? This guy would be worth a lot of money right now.
Oh, hell yeah. Because, back then, that's when Marvel was, sorry to say it, Marvel was the shit. Everybody was on Marvel. It was all about the MCU. And a lot of stuff snuck past a lot of people. Like, I was driving home thinking about the Emperor and the Throne. And I was like, I remember, I was like, I need to get the Emperor. I really need to get there. But I was like, oh, I'll wait because I'm gonna get Doctor Strange. Dumb. You
know what? Actually, that figure that did sneak by people, and I was listening to Aries and Fabio talk about this, that they didn't know that a version of this particular figure was released in film, was the Snow Trooper from Empire. Right?
Yeah,
because
there's a single Empire.
Right. That snuck past. Apparently, that snuck past some collectors, because I'm surprised to hear that they didn't know that it released. That was on my radar because at the time I was collecting MMS OT and not VGM. Right. So that way I made sure to get the MMS version of the Snow Trooper. Wow. And now these days, just because I tend to collect everything, my focus is still original trilogy. Right. In hindsight, that VGM was actually original trilogy. There it is.
Yep, I have it on my phone. This is Empire Strikes Back. I forgot the MMS.
No. That's the VGM, bro.
Oh, wait, this is the deluxe.
Yeah, the deluxe didn't come in the MMS. The VGM did have that rocket launcher.
Oh, that is
Telling
video
you, bro.
game. These are video game. I have.
Bro, how dare you?
You're right. He's somewhere.
Question me.
I got him somewhere. Well, because here's the VGM 2-pack.
Yep.
But yeah, they have
I
one.
didn't even know they had a 2-pack.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Really?
And
Did
those
not
ones-
know that.
Again, because we were a lot of collectors were collecting Marvel at the time.
I was all in. I
yeah.
was all in.
Those are some of those bangers that just flew underneath the radar.
That's right. No.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Some people didn't know. And
Yeah,
it's
Jeff.
hard. It's hard because I want the Empire Strikes Back Snowtrooper, and then I want the 2-pack Snowtroopers.
Same here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just after the 2-pack Snowtroopers. I'm not going to pay an arm and a leg for them, but if I come across a decent deal, then it'll definitely,
I still want the New Hope Stormtroopers. I like the different sizes, and I still
The thing is too, though, is you guys also have to be mindful of, if you are going backwards. That's right. If you are going backwards, right? If you want anything on my left side here, for example, some of the figures, man, they're not what you're going to expect them to be. You know, they're the Stormtroopers in particular. They're miles better nowadays.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful when you pick that up.
Mhm.
Now you can't be posing them all crazy. Some of them have like the rubber, on the elbows, the weird like the slinky kind of coils. Just they're stiff. They're people would make fun of like the First Order Stormtroopers. Like you can't pose them for shit. It's kind of like that to a lesser degree, but
yeah,
I wouldn't say to that extent, but
that's what I'm saying. To a lesser degree, lesser degree, they're not that crazy, but they're nowhere near the newer stuff.
You're not gonna get ratchet joints in them.
Right.
Dude, Anthony, you have the New Hope Troopers, right?
I do not. I only have the Han and they're basically the New Hope Troopers, but it's the Han and Luke Stormtrooper disguise.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was only going to say the Han and Luke Stormtrooper disguise are, as far as I know, the Stormtrooper 2-pack bodies.
Yeah.
Because one's
Pretty
taller,
much.
one's shorter, just like you buy the Stormtrooper 2-pack. Same bodies.
I'm sure they were exactly the same thing. But I was going to say one of my biggest gripe about that particular 2-pack is the fact that their helmets fell off so easily.
Really?
So that's one of the things that you have to consider too, is that the technology for the figures have definitely improved over the years. Because when I got mine, I bought mine brand new from Big Back Toy Store. Actually, I bought I think it was like the second to the last one before they sold out. So I got lucky with that one. And yeah, when I got it in, it's just that I have a hard time keeping the helmet on the pegs, because if you move it up or down, they just tend to fall off.
Yeah,
so that's just one of those things that you have to keep in mind for an older figure.
Carlito, I'm not sure, man. That's a good question, by the way. If they'll fix the helmet seam on the Scout Trooper for Jedi.
So it was really? It was screen accurate for the Mandalorian, but not for the Return. Wow, that's interesting. You know what? I wouldn't put it past Hot Toys just to basically recycle what they already have right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I'm expecting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, and in case in point, if Ladies Man is talking about the new troopers, it doesn't work. It can work, but it doesn't work. Like you don't get like the new Stormtrooper heads from Mando to put on New Hope, because the helmets are different. The style's different. The mouthpiece, the nose is a little bit narrower. It's different.
Yep.
It's a different era.
Yep.
If you guys have seen some of the images of I don't know if it was Obi-Wan or if it was Andor, but I saw those leaked set shots of the Stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty weird to me. They changed up the Stormtroopers again.
Really?
They have like less armor. You can see more
really?
of the they look kind of like a hybrid of like Rogue One and A New Hope. It's the best way that I can explain it. I'll have to show you guys. I saw some pictures of the set and I was like, okay. Same thing with the Purge Troopers. They got Purge Troopers coming out. You saw them. You saw them in the Obi-Wan
we
trailer.
saw them in Obi-Wan, right?
They changed the way they look a little bit. The helmets in the back's a little slightly different, and it's like not a big deal, but my point is there are subtle differences.
The little things.
Right. They're the little things. I know some people, a few friends of mine do not want to buy the Stormtrooper commander, wherever the hell he went, because he's kind of grimy. He's got some dirt on him, and
not completely clean.
He's not super shiny like, OT. Because I was like, yo, you could just buy these if you want some stormtroopers, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I don't like all the dirt and stuff.
And that's me, because I do like this stormtrooper, but I'm like, it would be a lot easier to just buy 2 of these and just pull the pauldrons off and call it a day. It really would. That would be the smart thing to do instead of chasing down, the New Hope stormtroopers. But what's the fun in that? No, I'm kidding. No. But no, I mean this is a good deal. This is a good deal.
This is a great deal for 220.
Yeah.
Removable pauldron and both guns. I forgot the name of the short trooper rifle. Does they even say it on here? Do they even break down the details? Because usually, look, 2 blaster rifles. They didn't even tell us what the rifles they are. So, but for 220, it's a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're going to get a couple of them. 3, 4, whatever. A few. I mean, mix and match. I don't mind the weathering. In fact, one of my favorite stormtroopers that I have is my A New Hope Sand Trooper.
I was going to say that. That's a good one. That is.
I love that trooper, man.
It's a great trooper.
I love that trooper. He's so detailed. All that dirt and the weathering. It's just.
What was scary about that one is that when I put on the armor pouch over the arm, I had one of the elastic bands snap on me.
Oh shit!
That one was a bitch. Luckily, when that happened, it was at the time when I was still in stock, so I was able to get a replacement. But by the time I got that replacement, I was extremely careful on how to put it on. I thought I was extremely careful the first time too, but it just didn't seem like there was enough give to actually put it properly above the, on the shoulder. So every time that I pull, I ended up leaving that ammo pouch on the shoulder in the package the way that it is, because it's definitely a pain in the ass.
It's a pain.
It's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking, dude, to try to put that back on there.
Well, it's like the old Boba's with the stupid jetpack where you're like trying to put the hooks on. I'm like, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't even have
that some bitch right there.
Jetpack on.
Yeah, that's some bitch right there, dude.
Yeah.
Right over there.
The first one. The first Boba Fett that came out that Hot Toys did in 6 scale. That one right there,
That's
man.
annoying.
It definitely was, man.
So glad they do the magnet thing.
I like to collect. Just wondering if you guys saw the chocolate stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. The chocolate chrome.
Yeah, they did that. They
the
did
gold
the porcelain,
one, the porcelain.
Gold.
Yeah, man.
Those aren't my jam. Those to me felt like, for me, that felt very Funko Poppy.
Yeah.
Just this deliberate chase figure just to have.
They sold out quick.
Which is fine. Which is because I know people who love those. But for me,
but
I was like,
usually don't. They usually. I'm not going to say they don't hold their value, but the figures like that, they'll be at one price and they'll stay at that one price. They won't go up or
Right.
Yeah.
Single Songwriter says if you have Turret Deluxe, the helmet fits on the Stormtrooper Commander, and the color and weathering.
Really? That's interesting.
I will try that when I get him.
Did not know that.
Because he does pull out of storage and go check it out. Actually, I got to pull it out anyway.
Yeah.
Pause.
No, Turret. Yeah, that one's great. He has the Stormtrooper helmet. I think Wicket had the Death Star gunner helmet.
Yes.
And a Stormtrooper helmet. Yeah.
Stormtrooper helmet. Yeah. Yep. I have so many Stormtrooper helmets laying around from these damn sets. Like, I'm like,
I know, right?
But they fit. Yeah, that's cool, man. Like you can.
That's interesting. Totally I never considered that. Yeah, thanks, Single Songwriter, for pointing that out.
Because that would be really cool. I may have to try that on this guy, just because he does have that kind of weathered. And if it fits, you can mix it up, sort of. If you buy a couple of these, just to be like, well, one helmet's this and the others are this, and one has a pauldron, the other doesn't. Kind of give a little bit of variety there. Then you just got to remember, you're like, oh, wait a minute, that's my turret helmet. Because dude, I do that shit. I start mixing accessories sometimes. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Where did I put it?
Wouldn't that actually make sense to actually take the helmet off of? I mean, to actually use the helmet from this one to use it for the turret display for the deluxe, considering that is on the shore of Scarif, right? I would imagine that they would be a little bit dirty with the sand being up there, right? So
totally makes sense.
Yeah,
totally makes sense, dude.
Interesting. Man. That's a great idea, man.
Yeah, I'll have to try it, dude. So Moff Gideon. We'll talk about him for a minute, I guess. Speaking of stormtroopers and stuff.
Can't wait.
I can't wait as well, but I'm also kind of tripping.
Why?
Because, like, what stormtroopers are these?
They look like Rogue One.
Yeah, because they're not Stormtrooper Commander.
No, those are most likely the Rogue One figures.
Yeah, I think
because I don't see the gun holster on their belt, and the Rogue One troopers didn't have that. That design didn't have it. So
no, they did
those.
not. Yeah, I just didn't know if they would use older figures.
They
you know
do
what
sometimes.
I mean? Sometimes, yeah, I figure they do, but sometimes they don't to tease stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. I thought, oh well, would maybe another one be coming? But what do you guys think, though? I mean,
I love this figure. That head sculpt, I was never 100% happy with. If this is what we get, okay, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But I do think once we see the final, it's going to be improved a bit. I really do. I think they're going to.
I always thought this looked great. I mean, this I'm looking at Giancarlo Esposito right here. In my opinion, I know a lot of times, some people see different actors or don't even see the actor at all.
Yeah.
When it comes to different angles of a particular portrait.
I can see it. I just think
it's a half and half on certain angles.
Right there, yes. Giancarlo Esposito all the way right there. But in different angles, right there, yes. But in different angles, I don't know. I'm just I think I don't think it's completely. If anything, it's about. I would say it's about 90. I would say about 90%.
But my question is, do you guys feel like this is good enough for Hot Toys, or do you feel like when they give us final product photos, they're going to be like, "Hey, we updated the sculpt, by the way."
We're going to get an update.
You think so? You don't think this is like Hot Toys? Because I don't think we're going to get it. I would like it.
I think we're going to get them. I think it depends. It really depends on if they see the value in doing that. Like I said, if I get this, I'll be fine. I'm not going to be like, oh, this is terrible. I would be fine. But I do think we're going to get an update. I think we're going to get an update.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, man, because a lot of times, or at least I would think, when they solicit these photos, is that these are pretty much what you're going to get, right? There have been times when they've been improved, but I'm curious. I can't help but think that it's the actual paint app that may be different rather than the sculpt.
Not the sculpt.
That tends to give the illusion of an improved portrait.
That's a good point.
So that's something that's highly possible. We just don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if we're speaking in just Star Wars, most recently was Kylo and Rey.
Those are wild, and that Rey was wild.
They updated the head sculpts on both of those figures.
Again, I think I still see the same head sculpt with Rey, with the prototype that we saw, even with the one that came out.
Really?
I honestly think that it's. I have to go back and look at it again. I have the figure sitting in storage. I just think it's the paint app, plain and simple.
Really?
It could be. It could be,
or they could have resculpted some of it. She did kind of have this big ass jaw.
She had a big jaw. She did.
And I don't think she does now.
Even the look on the face of the prototype was. I think the look was different.
Yeah. Curious.
But I tell you, this happens all the time, man. Being in the industry, you will put out photos, and some people are like, I don't know, and then you get it in hand, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, well, is that something that you can share with us, whether or not how often portraits actually get updated?
Well, it's just
from original solicitation to
on Hot Toys, because I don't know their working.
No. But just being, from what.
But sure, if
you being at where you're at,
there are prototypes, and if the prototypes aren't up to standard, then they get revised. Even
at the time of reveal and the pre-order drops and everything.
Yeah, especially, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, maybe not pre-order. I'm not certain on that one. But reveals and stuff like that, yeah. So Hot Toys is a little different because they'll put out pre-sale, right? You can buy it right now. You can get your pre-sale or pre-orders in, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we changed it. They've updated it, as we saw with Rey, we saw with Kylo, we saw with Endgame, Pajama Hulk, Tony Stank. Though that was a bit different. That was more of like a complaint, and then they had to
But no, but what I'm saying is, even with the prototype that they showed with Tony, with the regular Mark 85, and then what we got was wildly different.
Wow, yeah,
that was completely different.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, 100%. That was
so. I mean, maybe case in point, the recent 2.0 Bespin Luke, right? He's somewhere right up here, right at the top.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this prototype at Comic-Con, and it looked nothing like this.
Right. No, they slapped the Return of the Jedi sculpt on the DX07, and they called it they said, hey, here's a new version of a Bespin Luke.
That's right.
Yeah. And now what they're doing is, I guess it's an updated figure with the updated tailoring, and they just slapped the Mando head sculpt on this thing. I'm still convinced that this is the Mandalorian version of Luke head sculpt, and it's just different hair pieces.
It's a different hair. Yeah.
I can see some of it.
I'm still convinced of that.
But it could also be the case that you were trying to make, that maybe it's just different paint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Same sculpt,
but they just
different paint.
Different paint can give it a different look. So it could be. I seen some people, right? They showed them, next to each other, and you're kind of like, well. And Mark Hamill's kind of a tough one.
Yeah.
He looks different in every movie.
Yeah, but I still think this looks great.
I
think this looks great.
This is amazing.
Yeah, that photo right there, man. I think that's pretty much Mark Hamill, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In Empire, in Empire, to me that looks just like him.
They nailed it.
Even right there looks great. I
think. Right there, yeah.
They nailed it. Yeah.
So, but right there, I think that looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they did good.
So it just depends, man. And photography is always tough anyway. Depending on their exposure triangle that they have set, depending on what kind of lighting they're using, how inept they are at taking photos. Like, it's so difficult, right? And then we get a figure in hand and we're like, wow, this is amazing looking. Right? It looks nothing like the damn photos. So it's, and how you display your figures. What lighting do you use? How do you have them positioned? Maybe you have their head in a specific angle that just looks phenomenal with a certain type of light casting on it, and you're like, that looks incredible.
Was that the first time I heard phenomenal tonight?
I don't know.
Because listen,
maybe
I've been hearing phenomenal a lot lately, to the point to where I think of something else. I don't know if anybody else might get this reference, but every time I hear phenomenal now, it just reminds me of Mana from Sesame Street. So when I hear phenomenal, I'm like, do 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 do, phenomenal, do 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 do. I don't know if y'all get that, but now that I hear it, that's what goes up in my head. So I'm like, yo,
that's great.
I'm just tripping, dude.
OG fan brings up an interesting point. So the description for Bespin Luke says newly painted, but the sculpt for Mando Luke says newly developed.
There you go.
There you go. Damn,
there you go.
So it could be. That's a good eye. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. But we got a lot of shit here. We can talk about this shit all night, but we got a lot of shit here. I mean, that's coming.
Definitely, man.
That's the whole issue. Is it an issue? It's always an issue. It's an issue. You have so many because when you look at all this, right, it's like you're gonna pick up everything. You know what I mean? You're gonna pick up. I feel like if you're a Star Wars fan, you at least at the very least you want to get everything.
Sure.
And then if you're a little insane like myself and perhaps Mario and some others in the chat, where we want multiple troopers as well, you can see how this can become a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if Hot Toys ramps up production, we're going to be getting hit with a lot of figures, like if they can ramp up their releases, right? So they can
big if,
yes,
big
but
if, bro.
I feel like it's kind of a necessity at this point, because I don't want to be sitting here with you guys in May of 2023 and seeing this number of pre-orders being, doubled or tripled.
Can you imagine? A year from now, seeing the triple amount of pre-orders that we see right now. I mean, where are we at? 31? I'm sure there's a couple more if you check off some of those other boxes. I mean,
there's more. Yeah,
that's already crazy enough as it is. But Marvel, you said it has 130,
bro.
Currently on pre-order right now.
Oh, I did the same damn page. Here, let's.
Star Wars is supposedly on top of the collecting world right now. It's crazy.
Marvel's like 100, dude.
Fathom that. Yeah, that is
I
wild.
don't think they can do another 2 year, like another year. Delays. They would have to get this stuff out the door somewhere possible. They would have to.
Right now, there's 52 Marvel figures in stock. Just in stock, ready to buy now.
That's still a lot, man.
Okay, yeah, but 56 on pre-order.
Jeez.
So now, granted, some of these are kind of doubles in a sense, right? Because you don't have to get, deluxe or regular Green Goblin. So you can take one of these out.
Yeah.
Right. And that number would drop to, 55 or something. So there's a few in there, but it's still going to be like 50. You know what I mean? It's still going to be like 50. Look at all this shit, bro. I mean, like, look at all this.
A lot. It's a lot.
I'm just saying, I feel for the Marvel collectors now who are trying to get deep into the Marvel line, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, is everybody picking up? Like, I mean, granted, not everybody picks up everything, but
you got to really, I mean, it's about like what you were saying when we first started the show. You have to be selective. You can't get everything. Or if you are going to pick one of these lines where you're going to try to get everything, like if you're going to go in on Star Wars, make Star Wars your thing, cherry pick Marvel. If you're going to go in with Marvel, cherry pick Star Wars. That's just, I think that's the best thing I can tell you. Or cherry pick both of the lines. Cherry pick. Which one? What do you like? What can you live with? What can you not live? What can you live without? Like, honestly, squad leader trooper, shore trooper, I can live without that shit. Me personally.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry. I know that's jam. And I can live
troopers, man.
And I can live vicariously through it. I can hear this. I can look at your display and be like, bro, that display is awesome. Same with my cousin. I can go to his crib and be like, it looks awesome.
You're telling me you don't want to have all these shore troopers right here? And death troopers
I want, but I can't.
But you're like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. But to be fair, then you can do,
But then I could do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
you could say screw it all and just get all the XO6 Star Trek that's sitting on Anthony's shelf as well.
You could,
then you'll have all the space in the world.
You could.
And that's the other thing. I'm going to be building either more shelves or I'll buy some Maji cases because I need, just out of track. I'll have everything. So
and that's going to be a third lane of mine. It's track now. So that's like, damn. But I have a cutoff with that. Yeah, Anthony, we talk.
Right, you can be a little just like any other franchise. Yeah, you can be very selective and say, "This is what I want. I want these crews from these shows." And
let me ask you something, man. You mentioned before, and I was actually kind of shocked to hear this, is that you love Lord of the Rings more than Star Wars.
It's up there, man.
Queen Studio with InArt dropping that
Here's
Lord of the Rings line.
Here's the thing. When we talked to John, he's like, we're not doing the whole line. So I immediately lost all interest.
That's now, dude. Things can change later.
I know, but he was like, nah, we're not doing Hobbits. And I was like, bro.
You don't know what can happen in a year.
You aren't going to do the Hobbits. If I can't have the Fellowship, then I'm not. That's my point. Like, and you're right. A couple years from now, they could change their mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Surprise.
And here's
Frodo
the thing.
And Sam
here's the thing. They tell you that now. They tell you that now, and you decide not to get everything else.
Right. And the shit's all sold out, and then you're like, damn it.
Here's the hobbits.
Yeah.
A few years later, hey,
Well,
look, here's the hobbits.
Unfortunately,
Then what are you
that's
gonna
sale.
do?
That's exactly what's going to happen. Those damn
Mhm.
the playlists and all that is going to sell like shit, and then they're going to be like, oh, we need another hit. We need hobbits.
But then you enter this
Gandalf,
weird. I hate collecting sometimes because then you get into this.
I hate it too.
Right? You get into this thing where you're like, well, wait a minute. So do I buy Gandalf, and then do I buy Aragorn because obviously they're gonna make him, and then you're like, okay, and then they don't make the others.
If it's just those few, why not? I think the risk is worth the reward just because there's so few figures that they're putting out. I would roll the dice.
Think about the
Yeah,
people that bought the people that bought and sold the Marty and Doc Brown from Back to the Future 2 and was like, okay, there's no hope. They're not going to do a Back to the Future 2.
I did. That was me. That was me, bro.
And sure as shit,
That was
there
me.
it is.
That he did.
That was me.
So you guys are right.
That
Like as
sucks.
a collector, we never know.
No.
Mm-hmm.
We never know. They could just drop shit on you, and you're like, fuck.
No.
You know, because that's partly why a lot of
Especially when you have the chance to be on the ground floor when they drop, dude.
Exactly.
I know that's a huge advantage.
Yep.
Right? Whether
Huge
or not
advantage.
you.
That's where I was at with Star Wars. I was so lucky to be collecting when the Star Wars line dropped, and I was already a little bit after, when I started collecting. So I was fortunate enough to get all the New Hope line and all the other original trilogy after that, because that was my focus, so that's why it's easier for me just to go ahead and just get what I can right now, which is pretty much damn near everything in Star Wars.
That time, that era was ripe for the taking, though, right? Because there was no Star Wars yet. So, they drop Han and Chewie. They dropped DX-07, they dropped the Shadow Troopers. So, like, all this New Hope shit starts coming out. And there wasn't any. So you're like, I got this shit. Buying it, right? And it was easy because, there's nothing to buy.
That's right.
So, here comes the next, original trilogy. I'm buying it. I got nothing else I'm buying.
And Hot Toys was different back then.
Right, but now, dude, there was this shit didn't exist. There was no 130 fucking pre-orders.
No.
Like,
vengeful Canadian, bro.
Saying?
Yeah, look at what Hot Toys did with the Justice League Cyborg. They finally come into the line years later.
That's right.
So,
and
that's something we learn over time as collectors, man.
It's true.
Some things you never trust the word of a company because things can actually change.
No, I agree. No, I agree, man. Like, I didn't think we were gonna get Lando.
Hell, I didn't think we were gonna get freaking a Blerd. So I didn't think we would ever get that. That's for that to be the first creature to show up in the Star Wars line is disappointing to me personally, because I think would have been an absolute banger was a Tauntaun.
A Tauntaun, or a Bantha,
me personally,
or
I still think we're going to get a Tauntaun.
I am so hopeful.
Here's the counter, or to further drive home Mario's point on this, in regards to InArts and Lord of the Rings. Maybe years from now they will complete, the Fellowship, blah blah blah, all that shit, right? Look at New Hope. Look at original trilogy. Now let's say fuck New Hope. Let's just look at original trilogy right now. When they started making these figures for episode 4, 5, and 6, we fast forward now. It's been 6, 7 years, I think. Whatever, ballparking it.
Sure.
They're still coming out with OT figures.
Why is that?
7 years ago, they may have told us, we're not really. Lando's not really on the table. Sure, he might not be right now in production schedules and all this stuff, and that's the response they give you. And then you think, oh well, he's never gonna make them. See, you see what I'm saying? So now, we're over half a decade in, and they're still dropping OT. So I suspect this isn't the end of original trilogy, especially with Return of the Jedi 40th next year.
Shot.
Not by a long shot.
Right. No. I feel
especially if they have a chance to reuse some of their old tooling that they already have in place. It's even easier because that's what the Bespin Luke typically really is, actually. It's the Mandalorian Luke head sculpt. They've already created it, slapping it on an updated Bespin Luke that they kind of already done before.
And you're going to get 2.0s of even the New Hope stuff. either
Don't
2.0
say
or
that.
different.
Don't say that.
But they're going to be
Don't say that.
Maybe eventually.
Listen, it's not going to
Yeah.
be Mario. It's not going to be for a long
For sure. Yeah. No, I
long
agree.
time, and
I
it's
agree.
not going
I
to be
agree.
the same release. Bespin Luke, the Bespin Luke DX07 is way different than this Bespin Luke stuff they have coming out now. It's way different.
Sure.
I think it's. I mean, likeness wise, it's better than DX07.
Oh, for sure.
And it has to be because that's technology. It has to be. But
Exactly.
But they're going to give you different. It's going to be a different feel. There's going to be different packaging, different accessories, and all that stuff. But it's not going to be for a long time. Long time.
I wanted to drive this final point into some people that may or may not have realized or noticed this. Mario, I'm probably sure you have. I don't know. But you remember this. Good old Shore Trooper, Rogue One.
I do.
Okay. It's been a while.
Hey, what's behind him?
Who's
there?
standing behind him?
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
All that. Wow. I didn't realize that. Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. The whole time, man.
Grunt, the whole
hiding
time.
in plain sight, bro.
For how many years now? When did he come out?
2016, 2017, around there, yeah.
Yeah.
5 years. 5-6 years.
Yep. And he's in literally like almost every picture here, you know.
Yeah.
Minus like solo shots. He's in
And
every
he's
shot.
finally on the shelf right there, man. Finally on the shelf.
Yep. So it's just you never know.
Yep.
You never know. I mean, yes, this is not a Bespin Han situation. This is not a sculpted figure, but you never know. They will always show these types of figures, and you're like, what is that? Wait a minute.
So we'll be getting a Bespin Han, because if you look at the Bespin Leia, she's hugged up, all booed up, with Bespin Han. So it's coming. We don't know when.
we don't know when. We don't know when, but that's my whole point. They will always tease things, and
it's such a shame that figure hasn't come out yet, man. After all this time.
I know.
That's a sin, bro. Straight
and
up.
you would think more than ever, because both Hans are pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they would redo Stormtrooper disguise, but
no, I don't say
you know what I'm saying. That they think he's very.
They could. They easily could. It's just a Stormtrooper body, man. Slap on that head sculpt again, or a variation of it. They can totally do it.
But here's my bitch about it, and they'll always find a way, because they always find a way. But he was a exclusive, wasn't he? Toy Fair.
Yeah,
because Luke was not.
Han
was.
He was. Luke was. Luke was too.
One of them. One of them
they
was.
Both
and one
were.
Of them wasn't.
They
Are you
both
sure?
were, dude. I am positive, because I skipped on that Luke Skywalker. I told myself I'd get it later, because I was sure that it would be in stock. By the time I finally got around to it, it sold out, and I had to go get it, on the secondary market, which sucked. But I mean, I didn't pay that much more for it than retail, but it was a Sideshow exclusive, bro.
Maybe it was a Sideshow exclusive. You're probably right, man. It's been a minute, dude. It's been a minute. And I don't want to dig out the box, because he's got the sticker on it or whatever, the logo. It's one, like, whether it's a Toy Fair exclusive or Hot Toy exclusive or something along those lines. But it's just insane. It's just insane that you can look at something like that that's 5 years old and you're like, yeah, dude, he was here in every damn picture. So anything is really, there's a possibility here. And it's just a little overwhelming. It's just a little overwhelming. And so I feel really bad for people who are looking at 100 Marvel Hot Toy figures.
It's like, what do you do?
And that's why I was like, I'm out, because now I can just be like, you know what? I just keep scrolling. I'm like, I want it. Like, you know what I mean? And then when I'm Marvel, I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, that's cool. That's kind of neat, but not like that feeling I get for Star Wars. So it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Leo, what is going on? What's the scale, man? Dude, what's up, dude?
What up?
I know you're around.
Quarter scale, man.
Hell yeah, quarter scale, man. Damn, man, we're 2 hours and 15 minutes in, 122 people watching.
It?
I know.
Yo, it felt like about an hour ago we just hit the like button, bro.
Star Wars all night long. Sure to like,
Let's do
subscribe
it.
if you haven't already, and my
I
friends
challenge you, bro. Let's
channels
do
in
it.
the description.
Let's
Challenge
keep
me to
rolling,
what?
rolling. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep
We'll
rolling.
talk for another 10, 15 minutes. How about that?
Keep it rolling, rolling,
That way
rolling.
we don't go too far. Yeah, we'll slow
Yeah.
wrap. We'll slow wrap. And you know what? That's nice. We didn't even.
It's all good.
We didn't even really touch on these because
Nah.
we've all touched on them, and they're all great. I think they're all great. I'm looking forward to more Attack of the Clone announcements within the next coming weeks or
It's
days.
cool to see that they're finally giving the prequel some love. Granted, my focus is original trilogy. Hell, my focus is all of Star Wars. Let's be real.
Yeah, but we laser into OT.
Yeah, the original trilogy, bro, with Attack of the Clones, they've only got 2 figures until recently. Same thing with
Oh yeah, we have Dooku
with the
Yoda.
Phantom Menace. That's it.
Yeah, we got Maul.
We also got Django coming in too.
But he's not out
Right.
yet.
They're not out yet, but still they're showing some more love
They
to
are.
the prequels, which is cool, which is nice.
Yeah.
And at the same time, they're showing us some. I think they're showing us some great figures. I mean, I was one of the ones that said that the 3PO was the wrong one. You know, like me being where my heart is with the original trilogy. I didn't want this one, but I'm still gonna get it. Right? I still plan on getting it.
Are you?
The
are
only
you
question
done
is
with your hissy fit.
no.
No,
I'm not. No. I may be done when we get the freaking Bestman Han, bro.
I
You
know. No, I just meant
hashtag
with
justice for Han. Let's make it
Justice
happen.
for
y'all.
Han. Yes,
Justice for
justice
Bestman Han. Let's make it happen. y'all.
Look, I'm just saying because
We're
I think, this,
recycled rounds.
I think this
Hashtag.
thing looks fucking awesome.
It looks
Yeah,
great. It looks
great.
great. I love that it's diecast, and the price is damn good. It's a good
$330.
price.
I
That's
was
a good-
surprised by the
That's
diecast, to
fair.
be honest. There was a lot of speculation this was going to be diecast, but I personally didn't feel the need that it didn't need a warranted diecast. Because, I
think
mean,
once you have it in
I
your
have
hand, though,
probably, because
know.
I have the 3PO from Sideshow, and I think it's fine. It's fine with plastic.
It's fine.
The paint could be better. It's a great placeholder. I love it.
is. It really
You
is.
know, but with it being die-cast, I mean, yeah, you're gonna feel the weight. It's gonna feel a bit more premium. Hell, the paint apps himself is gonna make him look premium enough already,
Yes.
right? With this particular version, but with die-cast on top of it, man, it's just like
bro, this
that was
is gonna be
unexpected.
So,
that was actually a surprise for me.
this is gonna be so hot right here, dude.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. Like, look, okay, if you had, because I've had them, and I'm sure people in the chat have them or have had them, you get a nice die-cast Iron Man, and then you get an Iron Man 3 or something, plastic Iron Man from like the House Party Protocol,
there's no comparison.
and you
No
there's so I'm telling you now. Granted, it's not a fair assessment if you grab a Sideshow 3PO and then hold them with this die-cast 3PO because it's not Hot Toys, it's a Sideshow. But imagine, if you will, the Hot Toys plastic version and then the Hot Toys die-cast version. And if you have them both in hand and you can look at them proper and feel them and you know what I'm saying, you're going to be like, oh, hell no, I do not want this plastic one. I'm telling you, this is going to be badass. Like,
It's gonna be badass. It really.
it's
I
going to be
mean,
badass,
I
dude.
still feel. Well, I can't even keep screaming the whole thing about it being a 2-pack. I really thought this should have been a 2-pack, but the fact that they made if it would have been a 2-pack easy if it was plastic, and I think that was the for them. They really wanted to knock C-3PO out of the park. They wanted something to blow our socks off, and they gave us diecast because they knew that this was a travesty that we didn't have this like shit. We didn't have this when the New Hope line came out all those years ago.
This would be 600 right here, bro. 270 and 330 is exactly 600.
It would have been 600. But here's the thing: people would have paid it.
Sure.
They would have paid it. They would have
But
paid it.
also,
I am glad that it's separate releases. I am.
Yeah, I have no objection because here's the thing, like, as odd as it sounds, some people may just want C-3PO. And some people may just want R2. You know? So the fact that
I can't.
oh, perfect example. Maybe,
I can't either.
Yeah,
but I can see some. That would be a person that is just. I don't
maybe they're not.
Okay,
listen,
I'm gonna stop being nice.
we're-
Who the hell buys these separate? I mean, who buys
Exactly,
well,
one?
I'm
dude.
Who buys
Exactly.
one? I'm sorry.
Exactly.
You have
I'm gonna
to
tell
have them
you.
together.
I'm going to tell you
Exactly,
who
bro.
buys these people. I'm going to tell you who buys these separate. See, we're hardcore collectors. Okay, there's a lot of casual collectors, and then there's people even less casual than the casual collectors. So let's say they purchased the R2-D2 Deluxe,
Okay.
and they don't have a lot of money. Maybe for whatever reasons. Maybe they're very frugal with their figure selections. They could be like, you know what? I do have this pretty awesome R2-D2, and I finally have a C-3PO now coming. So maybe I'll just buy this 3PO because, you know, do I need to drop another $300 on an R2-D2 when I have one?
Right.
And that's just that's just good business practices, because there are people out there that are on budgets or that are very selective or very casual in their collecting. And then if you lock shit in these 2-packs, suddenly, you know, that individual who would have bought this 3PO is no longer going to purchase it due to budget constraints.
You don't think that budget constrained collector that's extremely selective would actually go for the sideshow versions instead of the Hot Toys?
They very well might.
Considering that they're both actually
depending on the level of their fandom into 6-scale figures. Again,
I mean, I have them both.
Casual.
I have them both, right? I bought the Deluxe R2 from Sideshow actually when it first came out, and it displays nice on the shelf, but it is flimsy as all freaking hell, dude.
Sure, it's nice if you just leave it there and you're like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, it won't fall apart or anything, but I mean,
no,
it just sucks to pick it up. It's so light. The freaking thing rattles and everything, man. And it's just like, it was disappointment. It was a disappointment. I didn't pay that much for it. I think I got it for like $130 or something like that when it first came out.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I wasn't really that mad at it, but still, man, it's disappointing.
But that's a good point, because I mean, you may want a real nice, like, hey, I'm gonna go balls out on a real nice R2, and I already have a real serviceable Sideshow C-3PO. I agree with Mario. Sideshow C-3PO is not. I've been saying it for years. I think it's Sideshow's best figure. Honestly, I do. I don't think it's bad. I really don't.
No, it's not bad. It's just when you're gonna present me this diecast version that's different than the standard 3PO that has a lot of cool weathering and rustic, display to it, and it's just a very, very looking nice, perfect example here with Punisher, right? He says exactly, I have an R2, I don't need a 2-pack. So imagine to Punisher, if they bestowed that upon him as a 2-pack, the likelihood of him buying 3PO is like nothing.
Well, this was my thing, which was crazy to me. I remember we got, and maybe because Marvel was just that big, we got a 2-pack of Rocket and Groot, and then we got Rocket and Groot solo. So we
got that with Han and Chewie, bro.
We did.
Well, we got that from the jump. They were separate.
Right.
From the jump with the Rocket and Groot. Granted, that was full-grown adult Groot and not teenage Groot. Maybe that's something to consider.
Maybe. No. It was no. I'm talking about the.
No. You're right. No, from the jump, actually, they were both separate. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
So that's why I didn't understand why they didn't do that with, and then probably throw in a nice little trinket. I don't know, a hologram for R2 or some shit.
Well, they could have done an R2 3PO 2-pack with an exclusive accessory.
That's what I'm saying.
I would have been all over that.
That would differentiate it, right? Because Han and Chewie has the what the hell is the rifle called? Chewie gets the rifle and the Han and Chewie 2-pack.
The gun, the belt, the stormtrooper belt, all that stuff.
I did not.
And the headphone and the headsets.
Well, they got the headsets. I'm pretty sure they got the headsets.
Oh yeah, they did. That's right, they did.
Because I have Han and Chewie, but I have them as the singles. I did not buy the 2-pack.
Gotcha. The 2-pack I think came with the stormtrooper belt for Han. Because I know that was a Sideshow exclusive piece as well, but it also had the heavy rifle. Exactly, that was exclusive to that particular set.
That's right.
Yeah, so they could do something like that, because then it's like, as I always say, you're not opening a restaurant to just serve breakfast, right? So,
but those are the best.
I know, but that's my
really good.
But my point is if had they just locked this in a 2-pack. It's just like serving breakfast. Where here you've got lunch, you've got appetite. You wanna be able to give the customers options, because no matter what, like, you're taking away potential customers. Not everybody's buying a 2-pack.
That's right.
I mean,
sure.
I know a lot of people just bought Boba Fett. They did not get the 2-pack.
The Black Suit Superman's another one. You know? That's another one. That's the
But that
only
was
way
a
you
little
can get it is to get
janky.
through
They
a
did that
2-pack.
because Nightmare Batman was a fucking Toy Fair exclusive, and then they're like, well, we'll put them in a 2-pack. It's different, and you know, whatever. Lane Kramer, $2 super chat. Thank you, my friend. So Django or Anakin, Clone Wars with Stat, which to get?
That's not an easy answer, dude. There are so many variables to this question.
That's not easy.
I mean, where's your focus? Do you focus on animated? Do you focus on the actual live action? Do you want, if you already have an Anakin, do you want another Anakin? Do you not want Mandalorians? I mean, it's a loaded question, bro.
I think the biggest part of that question, do you have an Anakin? If you have an Anakin already,
He has a Darkside Anakin.
There's a Darkside.
Yep, he does.
Then get Django. Complete the Clone Wars collection. I mean, I'm sorry, the Attack of the Clones collection. Complete that collection before you jump.
Or just prequel in general.
Yeah.
Because if you have a Darkside, that's episode 3.
Yeah.
Some episode 2.
Prequel.
You got a Qui-Gon or a Maul. You know what I'm saying? Just
focus on the prequel. Yeah. That's good. Yep.
And that's to Mario's point, where I feel like it's nice that the prequels are getting some love. As much as I love original trilogy, it really makes me happy for that, because I could start, doing some prequel shelf. Just be like, all right, here's some cool prequel stuff, and you can kind of mix it with the Clone Wars stuff too. I mean, you kind of can. I mean, you can take like 501sts, and you can take Coruscant Guards. You can put them with, clone troopers, and put them with, shit from the prequels, and it would look nice.
Yeah.
You could totally do that. Wouldn't really look out of place. Whereas like taking, clone troopers and putting them next to, stormtroopers or death troopers, you're like, that looks kind of weird. You know what I mean? So it's kind of neat that you can take your prequel stuff, mix it with your Clone Wars stuff, and it's cool. It's really cool that people are having, that kind of options in their collections, man. So I don't know, Lane. You got to pick which one you want the most, really.
But at the end of the day, I grew up with brother cousins, man. I mean, given the fact that he does have that Darkside Anakin, I would easily go with the Django as well. I think he's more critical compared to the Anakin with the Stat. I mean, he was the original host for the clones. He had a big part in all of this. So, yeah, I say get Daddy Django.
Absolutely.
I would agree. I'd agree. So, all right, well, we're hitting 200. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, man. So I think we're gonna. I know. It's crazy, guys.
Fun.
We're talking all night about. Yeah, man. We're talking all night about this great stuff. So,
yeah, bro.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. Should we do some rounds? Do you guys want to say maybe what's going on with your guys' channels?
Yeah,
Professor O?
Shit, I don't have much to plug, to be honest, man. Ain't much going on. I mean, other than the fact of trying to rebuild this thing. Now, I did promise to try to get this display built by Celebration, and that's still the goal. So I'm working on this thing, have this thing completely swapped out, all Star Wars. Still working on that. That'll eventually lead to a collection tour, hopefully before Celebration. Speaking of Celebration, you can expect to see some more videos based off of that. I'm trying to just figure out whether or not if I want to do it the same night when I come home from Celebration and just go over what I've actually captured, show everybody what's out there, what was shown at the booths, what was out on the floor. But yeah, you can expect a lot of coverage from Celebration from me personally. Aside from that, 6 scale Uncivilized Scoundrels, bro. We'll be doing that. I think we might be doing Lael's channel the next couple of weeks, but we go back and forth between ours, and that's pretty much the steady thing. I still got the Prime one, Daenerys, Mother of Dragons, sitting here.
Ooh.
That I need to figure out when I'm going to do that. So I'm anxious to do it, but I got other priorities right now, to take care of first. So maybe I'm just going to say in June, sometime in June, I'll probably hit that. And yeah, man, I mean, just again, Anthony, just thanks for having me on as always. And
of course,
man. See you sometime soon.
Always, man. Brother cousins. My man Jay, what's up, dude?
Hey,
How are you, man?
Once again,
we can talk all night.
Doing good. We could do this all night. We could do this all day. Man, thank you so much for having me. It's always been a pleasure. Yeah, this was great. This was fun. Hours just flew by for real. Yeah, what I got going on? I hit 2K finally, so that's great.
Yeah, congratulations,
guys,
man.
Thank you so much for that. We're doing a giveaway on the next week's Best of the Best, so we're going to be giving away the Hot Toys Ahsoka. And that's going to be great. So if you haven't yet, go to Best of the Best episode 17 and put get J to 2K and subscribe if you haven't. Doing those two things get you entered into the contest. Thank you so much, Single Songwriter. I appreciate that. That gets you into the contest, entered into the contest, and we'll be doing the giveaway live on air on Best of the Best next week, which I believe that's episode 19. I can't believe I'm already up to almost 20 shows. Wow. And Anthony has been on all of them. So
all of them, you say? Wow.
I've been on 18 episodes.
My man's committed.
He has a streak. So yeah.
Jay, let me ask you, man. With this Ahsoka giveaway coming up.
Yes.
Do you actually have one to give away right now, or do we got to wait 4 weeks for somebody to actually get them in stock before
you're gonna have? Unfortunately, you'll have to wait until it gets stock. Yeah. But the thing is, I was the first. I was in. I hopefully I should be in some batch because I pre-ordered it It was a day one pre-order from me from Sideshow. So once that comes in, I meant to call them this week. I'll call them again next week and be like, hey, where the hell is that? Because I know people are getting them. Where's my Ahsoka?
Right, where's it at? As soon as it's in, right?
I will be hitting them up. Once we get a winner, I will be hitting that ass up on Sideshow. So if y'all, I'm coming to you.
Hell yeah!
Send me my shit. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be doing that. Next week I got Good Morning Grails, season two. And
killing it with that, man.
First episode of that of season 2 will be the Jazz Inc. Falcon cockpit, and that's gonna be I don't even know how, I'm not repackaging that because that box is way in storage, but we're gonna take a real good look at it.
Okay,
so that's gonna be great.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be great, and that's pretty much. Oh yeah, of course. We did me and Local Lou. We did half show Saturday. That's going great. Got a new episode. We had Mario on it. Mario was our first guest.
Straight out of bed, man. Straight out of bed. We've been doing half show with y'all, dude.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
That was fun. Awesome.
So more good to come with that, and that's about it. Absolutely.
Can we get a word from the Space Pimp?
Hold on, I gotta get in. Hold on, hang on.
And
hold. All right, hold on.
Nope, you just do it. There you go.
I gotta go into it.
Hello, shall we put him backstage again? Oh,
hello, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing tonight? We had a ball tonight here with the guys, Mario, the beard god himself, and the Exo-6 player pimp himself. That's right, Anthony from 6th Scale Mafia. You gotta love it. We talked a lot of Star Wars. We talked about clones, Attack of them, and all of that. I wasn't in Attack of the Clones. Couldn't be there. It was, way before my time. But you gotta pick up my figure. My figure is just sitting in stock, y'all. And it's not a good look. But please, pick it up. All right? And I'll see you next time. Chewbacca, where's my drink? Can't even do it, but you get it.
Hell yeah!
I don't have the sound effects panel set up like Will.
No, that's great, man. That is great, dude. Hell yeah, dude. The best, man. Well, it was awesome, guys. Everybody in the chat, what's going on with me, man? We still got 100 people in here. Make sure to hit that like button on your way out. Really helps out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed, man, I am so close to 1,600 subscribers. So. Just a handful more if you guys already have it, man. Really helps out. I too am on the road to 2K. Hopefully we'll get that pretty soon. Of course, the Facebook group. If you guys are already in the Facebook group, man, come on in. 6 Scale Mafia, dude. It's fun. It's no drama. Come talk figures, show your figures, talk about figures, all that good stuff. And I don't know what else is going on, man. But as you guys know, if you're familiar with the channel, we got news, updates. We're doing our streams on Saturdays. do some morning shows here and there if it's, you know, if it's in the scheduling. It's kind of weird right now. I'm 3 hours behind, you know, now for the spring. So it's my mornings are like kind of afternoons for some, but so I've been a little bit on that one, you know, and then the Spotlight Hour interviews, those more coming to those. It's just been lots of work, guys. So appreciate everybody in the chat, man. It's awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support and all that good stuff.
Anthony, real quick before we actually sign off, I've been hit up a couple times about, hey, when is Pose Review coming back? When is, you know, the
we
stuff
need
that
to be
we
doing
used to
that
get
shit
back in
soon.
the day?
I know.
We definitely got to get back on the ball, man, because I've been asked about it. I'm sure you've been asked about it.
I've been asked about it.
So, guys, everybody out there in the chat who's actually wondering, it's still a thing. We just got to get our schedules synced so we can actually, you know, provide for y'all.
We will.
We'll be back.
We will be back. It may not be tomorrow, but it will be. It'll be very soon. It'll be this month. Let's put it that way. Can it be? Can it be though? Because you have Celebration. You have
to wonder.
Yeah. Shout out, man.
Shout out to Aries, man. I love that line.
Six Skill Cantina. Also, go check him out. Hey, you guys already know Aries, but if you don't, link in the description. Man. Okay, so maybe this month. If we can do it this month, we'll do it this month. So. We'll talk, guys. It's not over. We still have some Rogue One to finish, and then on to A New Hope.
That's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be awesome, guys.
That's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir. So we're outie. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe. All that good stuff, man. And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.